Mm-hmm. 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 It sounds like you've had a rough day. Spring break. You sound rough. Hello. Yeah.
We can cheer you up, Duke.
Go ahead.
No, just in general, just by us being here. Sure,
Yeah,
cheer you
just
up.
the show in general.
Just us.
I feel better already.
Yeah, you
Good.
look and
Glad to hear
sound
it.
better.
So glad.
Sucks.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh, well.
I don't know what else to say. We're just gonna
There's
try
nothing
and
to say.
Yup.
Sometimes there's just nothing to say.
sometimes there's just nothing to say.
Are we ready to start?
I think so.
Yep.
I am recording.
Yeah, I'm recording. Okay, I guess we should just go ahead and do it then.
Let's do it.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
No point in dragging this out. We'll all be dead soon.
Correct.
Do not give these guys things that make sounds.
Reviews and an indie pick. Shut the fuck up, kid! And Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite savior. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. Good job! Yeah, boy. Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, y'all.
Hello and welcome to I can't even talk now.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, yeah, what's going on? Hello and
Come
welcome
on,
to
are we doing this or not? You
Six, 636 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Is it 636? I thought
No,
it
it's
was.
637.
Oh,
What is wrong with you?
No, that's my fault, right?
God.
Because I always bring up last week's show, so I know what this week's show is.
really suck.
Oh, for God's sake. Anyway, I feel like...
Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us for this ridiculous show.
I was distracted by the sheer amount of sound bites over the intro.
Yes.
Part of me feels like that's what it's going on like in Duke's head at this very
It is what's
moment.
going. Well, no, what's going on in my head is like this.
Holy shit.
It's just muted, and everything's 3 feet away, and I'm underwater. I have a head cold, everybody, in case you don't know that yet.
If you're wondering why Duke is Duke as he is tonight,
Yeah.
is
It's
because
spring break. I'm
it's-
on spring break. Hooray! I get a few days to rest and relax before I have to start grading papers, and I get to spend it with a head cold. Oh, Christ.
he
The
is
universe
normally
is so sick and
excited at this
twisted.
point, by the way. Can I just
Yeah,
say?
I am usually. I am excited. I mean, I'm more excited than I was an hour ago. I'm also excited because Wednesday is the big launch party for Nimbus X, people. So if you want to get your hands on the latest science fiction blockbuster from me, come on through on Wednesday, and I'll put the Facebook event in the chat.
Yeah,
There's
I've
one
got
for
it in my
UK and one
diary,
for
by the way.
US.
It's in my calendar. It's in
What
my
type of
calendar.
event
Right.
is it?
It's an online
Virtual one.
Facebook event. Yeah,
Virtual event.
What time is
It's
it
gonna be
for
great.
in the UK?
7 p.m. UK time.
7 p.m. UK.
Yep, yep. I've got it. Look, it's
Yeah.
here. Your shortcuts. Nimbus X release party UK. Although it's saying 6 o'clock at the moment, so it's 7 o'clock. It's a good job you said that, Duke. I'd have been an hour early.
Oh no, wait, maybe it is. I don't know.
Oh dear.
It's well, the
Just
event is in the
admit it.
calendar, so it's what 1300 my time, which whatever that is your time.
I don't know. 9 o'clock it is here, obviously.
Is it 9?
Mm.
Whoops. No, wait, 1300?
I don't know. What time is it where you are now? 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, it's 4 here now.
Oh, 4 in the
The 1 in the afternoon will be
What is he going on about, Chinny?
To be honest, I've drifted off and gone onto the Snooker League website. So
Well,
no, wait a
anyway,
minute,
the Facebook
just a
event
minute,
is on. The Facebook event is on the chat.
And he's still going.
YouTube, so you can check it out.
6 o'clock UK time is correct.
Okay, 6 o'clock. I meant to make
Right.
it 7, but I guess y'all haven't moved your clocks back, so.
No, yeah,
didn't
no,
account for
we move
that.
ours
It's on the
back this weekend.
27th.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
well,
coming.
whatever.
This weekend
Anyway, the
coming.
point is, the movie.
Hello.
The book is coming out soon, and you'll all want to be in on it because it's going to be great.
Buy my book!
So come through to the event. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be real high energy because I'll be all over this head cold. And it'll be fun. And you'll hear about the making of the book. And the audio book version will be edited by then, presumably, because I will not have a head cold tomorrow. And then I'll be editing it and uploading it. And yeah, it's also going to go out on the Didactic Sincast podcast feed, one chapter at a time. So if you want to listen to it that way, you can. And I'll be posting the link for the actual purchasing of the paper books on Wednesday. So if you want to join us, we'd love to see you there. End of advert.
End of advert. You plug away, Duke. God, you've got a
Well,
platform.
I don't like to
Use
spam
it.
my shit, and that's part of the reason why I haven't had as much market penetration as I could have had. But I'm too busy
Use them
blowing my nose a million
penetration.
times a day.
Penetration. Anyway, no, you should market the shit out of it. What's the matter with you? You put effort
I
in.
know. I don't like to bother people. I'm
effort.
like Carl Pilkington, man. I'm like, oh, I don't want people to know. If they find it, they find it. It's like so
You're never
stupid.
going to be famous. What's the matter with you?
No, I'm not. Not with that attitude.
No, with that attitude, you know. No, with
Yeah.
the I don't.
I need to be
people
like
will
Donald
find
Trump and
it.
pretend to be my own hype man. Like, there's this new author coming up. He's amazing.
Yeah,
Anyway,
exactly. That's what
moving
you
on.
should be doing.
Chinny had a
Self-praise.
big trip.
He did. Chinny is everywhere.
He was in New York.
New York.
That's what I'm made of. How was New York, Chinny?
Yeah, how was it?
It's a magical place.
It
Yeah.
is.
There's not
Did
many
the streets
places-
Make you feel? Did the streets make you feel brand new?
They did. There's not many places where you can go where you can see free, amazing talent in Central Park, and then you can walk down the street and speak to amazing people. Then in the same block, walk down the street and see a man on all fours with his pants down smoking crack. Do you know what I mean? It's a magical.
There you
It's a
go.
magical place.
It's the magical
Only
place.
in New York.
Only in
You do
New
all
York.
those free things.
His ass was right out. You know, he was just hanging out, and everybody was walking past like that's fine. So I think I've summed up the New York attitude in a sentence.
Go.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, totally.
It's a two-parter. So there might be the grammar Nazis here. It might be two sentences. It might be just a comma in the sentence. I don't know.
There's a semicolon in the middle. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so it goes like this. I hope you have a nice day, but if you don't, whatever, I don't give a fuck. That's basically the New York attitude.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's nice, but if you're not enjoying yourself, then fuck you.
There was James Callahan, or John Callahan, a very funny cartoonist. He did a cartoon one time that said, L.A., someone is saying, have a nice day, and they're thinking, fuck you. And in New York, they're saying, fuck you, and they're thinking, have a nice day.
That's right. That's right.
Feels like the two different
But we
cities,
did
which you've
lots
been
of
to both them.
things, so I'm flicking
Yes.
through. I've took a lot of photos, which I won't.
Right.
And maybe I can do a slideshow or something on the thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, we did.
We saw the pictures you sent last week from the Nintendo Museum. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that
I
was
heard
cool.
you. Yeah, I listened to the show on the plane back.
Okay.
Oh, do you want to hear about the debacle of getting on the plane? This is an episode.
Okay.
This is a story time.
Well, hang on a second. We got to have a jingle
My
for
favorite
this.
time. It's story time. Story time.
So, okay, let me just try and work this out before you go off on one. I'm just trying to get the slideshow ready.
Should I do my special feature while you get that ready, Chinny?
Oh, have you got a special feature?
Yeah, I'm starting a new feature this week.
Oh, I like
okay.
new features. Go.
Yeah.
Let's hear
Okay,
it.
so
Yeah.
this is not story time yet then. I've been listening to Carl Pilkington's Rockbusters. Do y'all know about that?
Nope.
No.
Back when Ricky and Steve and Carl had their XFM show, Carl created a game quiz called Rockbusters, and it was a lot like the British TV show Blockbusters, except his cryptic clues for the names of bands or artists were not cryptic, or rather, as they called them, craptic clues. They just kind of got as close as they could, and then just, what am I thinking? So anyway, it's very ridiculous. An example of my favorite example was that guy likes to suck on iron. It's a band name starting with M. Metallica.
Metallica.
Wow.
Metallica. Right. That's the kind of thing
yeah.
you were dealing with when it came to
Wow,
Carl
that's
Pilkington and his
impressive.
Rockbusters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these into the chat, or I'm going to put them out, and then people in the chat, you can put your answers in if you wish. And,
Try and
maybe
guess.
You
Try
guys
and guess
can
what it
guess
is.
as well. Yeah, right, sure. So I'm not going to give letters because I think that'd make it too easy. So here we go. You ready? The first one is. These are video games, by the way. These are not song titles or album or artists. These all are video game related. So these are the titles of video games. Okay, so the first one is excellent. Additional siblings from Brazil. Excellent. Additional siblings from Brazil.
I want Derek back.
Yeah, I want Derek back. When's
gone.
Derek coming back?
Derek can't save you now.
When's Derek going to take this over? Because this is a bit
All right,
rubbish.
so that's the first one. Think about that. Here's the
Hold on,
second
say it
one.
again. Excellent what?
Okay, excellent. Additional siblings from Brazil.
And it's the name of a band.
It's
No, it's a
the name
game.
of a video game. Sorry, I should have
Oh,
made
this
that
is
more
the name of
clear.
a video game.
These are all video
Sorry.
games related.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this is
got
Game
that.
Busters.
I was so
well, I
confused,
didn't
guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Excellent. Brazilian siblings. I don't
Additional
know.
siblings from Brazil.
Additional.
And it's the same kind of stupid thing that Carl would come up with. All right, here's the second one. Yeah. A radioactive fresh start with a generic hypothesis. A radioactive fresh start with a generic hypothesis.
These are too clever for me.
Yeah, you've been way too
Really
wordy.
not.
I think I need.
All right.
What's the capital of England? It's London.
Yeah,
Here's
London.
the third
There
one,
you
and
go.
I'll give you the answers at the end if nobody gets them, and they shouldn't because they're really stupid.
are
Here's the third
stupid.
one. Yes, barkeep, serve large drinks for both of us. Barkeep, serve large drinks for both of us.
I don't know. Do you know this, Chinny? Have you any ideas at all?
I have no idea what's going on.
They're all
know
games
why.
that you know pretty well. So
Well, they
for
probably
whatever
will
it's
be,
worth.
but you know.
Yeah. And they're very stupid clues. But I always have so much fun listening to Rockbuster. I thought I'd bring some of that joy to our
Some
show.
of that joy. Yeah, I'm feeling very
Yeah.
joyful now.
Exactly.
While my
I'm
head's
spreading
hurting.
the love that I feel.
Trying to work
with
out
everybody
what
else.
the hell.
All right, so the
someone-
answers will be coming up later in the show. Meanwhile,
Wow.
Chinny, you
Okay.
got photos for us from
Yeah.
yours?
Wait.
So I'll flick
Okay.
through these and I'll talk about the debacle. So we're at the airport, right?
Is this going or coming back?
Going?
All right, okay.
We're going to the airport, and I go on the government website. This is before I go to check what COVID stuff I need, and it says I just need a negative result to go to America. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Got those. Go there, and they said, no, you need a monitored negative result.
Oh, they don't
Oh,
trust you that you do your own
Yeah.
test.
Well, so whoa, just a minute. Did you just do your own lateral
Yeah.
flow test?
Yeah.
No. Everybody knows you've got to get like you
no,
have to.
Chinny, no.
Good God, Chinny. If you do a lateral flow, you've got to video yourself doing it, and it has to be verified by another company to say that.
Anyway, can we skip over the part where I was stupid enough to realise that, right? Because it gets
I
better,
love
this
it.
story.
I love you,
It
Chinny.
gets
I
better.
love
It gets
so
better.
much.
This isn't the focus, right? So anyway, I get
Oh,
there,
right.
and they say it's fine. We got there for 10:30. The flight was at like 1:45 or 1:45 or something. We had loads of time.
Okay.
I was like, okay, this isn't a big deal. There's a place underneath. We go get the test. Trust me, Stu. Don't focus on this because this isn't the point, right?
Okay.
So,
I'm not.
So let's just gloss over this. So we get the test done. I pay whatever, like 20 quid or whatever it was to get them done, and then, sweet. We get them done. He says they wait about 40 minutes to get the result, but he said just go in the queue because by the time you get to the front, it'll probably be there. And sure enough, he was right. So we get to the front. Tara's passport. She takes Tara's passport, and she scans it. Bleep. Yeah, no problem. Takes my passport. Doesn't go through. Scans it again. Doesn't go through. Scans it again. Doesn't go through. Huh. And she says, did you do an ESTA? And I said, yeah, I did an ESTA. Like an ESTA is basically an electronic visa that you need to get into America if you're a British citizen. okay, yeah, I did an estimate. I did it 2 weeks ago. She says, have you got the email? Have you got the PDF? And it's like, yeah, here it is. I've got it already. Here it is. I've paid for it. She says, is it the right passport? Have you had a different passport? No, it's the right passport. And I knew there was something wrong because she was confused. She was like, that's the right passport. She was asking other people, yeah, look, he's paid for it. It's there. It should just scan and work. And she said, have you done anything? Like I said, I don't know. What do you want? Like, he says, yeah, that's an authorized Esther. That's a real Esther. This is your passport. This is you. What is going on? And it took about 3 people to work it out. And then this other woman came up to me and she went, you haven't paid for it. And I had, right? I had paid for it. She said, but you haven't paid for it. I was like, I have, though. I can show you my bank account now. I've paid for it. She's like, but it says you haven't paid for it. And I went,
She was trying to get paid.
No. I know what happened. So what happened was, 2 weeks ago when I got this Esther, I was waiting for it to come through, and it didn't come through on an email, right? And we were getting concerned. So Tara applied for her Esther separately, and she did it through a different website, like whatever. And she got it like immediately, like within an hour, right? She got her Esther approved, and I was like, oh, that's strange. I didn't get mine. She says, well, I'll fill out a form for yours so we know that you've got it. And when she did it, it wouldn't go past a certain point saying, no, there's already an Esther out on this person. So the Esther was genuine. So then Tara said, have you checked your spam email? And I said, no, I haven't actually. Check my spam. Sure enough, the Esther is in my spam. Right. So I was like, I've got an Esther. No problem.
So what you were saying in that moment, Chinny, was, "Oh dear, Esther."
So
I'm
in that
really
conclusion,
into Carl Pilkington's zone this week for video
so with
games.
that,
what you did there.
So with that, what would you think? I've got an Esther. Everything's fine.
Yeah, it was in the spam folder, so you have it now. Everything's great.
Man's getting your spam
So
back.
the one at the airport that's where you fucked up with the new one, because if you apply for a new Esther, it cancels the old Esther.
So you have neither the old or the new one.
So I'll go, okay. She says you need to buy that right now, and you will be lucky if it comes through on time.
So, well, just a minute. Which one did you have to buy? The original one or the new one?
No, the new one. I'd already paid for the original one. The new one, because once Tara sort of applied for a new one for me, because we were worried that the old one wasn't coming, it knocks the old one out, and you have to get the new one.
But why wouldn't it let you get past a certain point on the new one then?
I don't know, Stu. I don't know. Shit. Right. But anyway,
you're trying to use logic to appeal to the.
She said,
I know, yeah.
She said, like, you've got to, but she said it can take up to about an hour for it to come through. The problem with that is we only have half an hour left on the check-in. And the woman's face.
Chinny's like clinging to the fuselage of the plane.
Wait, her face dropped. She went, well, it might come through. When did you apply? And I went, like 2 minutes ago. And her face dropped and went, oh, that's probably not going to happen. So anyway, they left the check-in open.
Back in the UK.
They left the check-in open 10 minutes longer. All right.
Yeah.
For me, and they said, look, we'll do that as a kind of gesture, but I wouldn't get your hopes up, sort of thing. And they were scanning it and scanning it and scanning it, and they were closing it at 10:50, and at 10:49, bam, it went through.
Wow.
Fuck it out.
Hockey smoke.
And she scanned it, and she just gave it to Tara. Tara was on the other side of the thing. She waved me and put a thumbs up, and we just went, run. And so we ran to the thing, right?
So you were literally stood at the check-in for God knows how long, waiting.
Yeah, for ages.
Wow.
Yeah. So then we got there, and because honestly, I was so angry at myself, even though
it's not your fault. How were you supposed to know that?
But the thing is, if I hadn't fucked up the COVID test thing, I would have found that out sooner, which means
you'd have had more time.
But it's still, Tara's point is, it still would have been stressful though. And I was like,
they were double stressful.
So anyway, Tara and I didn't speak of this incident until we landed, and we was in the hotel in New York, because we were like worried that if we get in the plane and we start talking about it, the pilot's going to go, we're going to have to turn this plane around or something like that. Something was going to happen. So I was like, no, we're not talking about it. We're just going to go on the plane. I was in such a shock that I might not actually go to New York. I might not actually be on this plane. I was like, that is such an expensive mistake,
Yeah, it is.
And
holy crap.
then I was like worried that like I was thinking, oh God, I'm not going to be on this plane. I was in shock, and then I was on the plane, and I was in shock again that I was on it. I was like, I can't believe I'm on it.
What am I doing on this plane?
Yeah, so it was
crap.
pretty incredible, really.
That's nuts.
But yeah, so we got to New York. We did all the things. We did, like all the typical stuff that you do in New York. We went to a building that wasn't there before when you went, I think, Stu, called the Edge.
There'll be a lot of buildings.
There's a lot of buildings that are not.
When we went, the new Twin Towers, the replacement big tower.
That Freedom Tower, yeah.
Yeah, that was 20 floors high when we went. They'd only built the first 20 floors of it, so it was. There was a lot of things there now that weren't there when we went.
Yeah, there it is. I've got a picture of it, Freedom Tower. We went to the memoriam, and we went to the museum and stuff with the Twin Towers and everything, which was like, I thought it was fantastic. Obviously it's a tragic incident and all that sort of stuff, but they've done it really, really well. And Freedom Tower is just unbelievable when to look at it. And the actual like fountains where the buildings were are really nicely done, and it's really cool. It's really cool how they've done it. So you're a fan of The American Office, Duke?
Oh yeah, I love it. Did you do the Sbarro thing?
No, well, Tara and I went to a few shows. We went to the Book of Mormon, and we went to the Phantom of the Opera, which I didn't really know what was going on. It was something about Phantom or whatever. And,
some singing.
Yeah, a lot of singing. And she's like, how much do you know about Phantom of the Opera? I was like, I know the song. Phantom of the Opera. That's all I know.
That's quite a good impression.
Right. It was all fine and stuff. So we did the Broadway. We walked through Times Square like pretty much every day. But we went to a comedy club. So I Googled a few. Let me get up a great picture of Tara in Times Square. It's very good. She looked like
every picture of Tara is a great picture of Tara.
Well, she'll like that. Yes. So we went to a comedy club, and I Googled comedy clubs and best comedy clubs in New York, and I came across one called the Comedy Cellar, which is a famous comedy club in New York. And Aziz Ansari started there, and Louis C.K. has done stuff there, and all sorts of stuff. And they're really strict on your phones. We walked to the security thing, and he goes, "Here's an envelope." I was like, "For what?" He was like, "For your phone." I was like, "To do what with?" He's like, "Put it in." I was like, "Oh, all right." I'd never come across that before. So you put your phone in an envelope, and is this normal, Dick? Is this normal practice in America?
It is in bigger cities because comedians want to be able to workshop their material without having it get out on the internet.
Yeah,
that's what happens a lot of the time, doesn't it?
So we sat next to these two ladies who were they were meeting up. They were two friends, and one of them had been there quite a few times. She's like, "Oh, sometimes in this," and I knew this because this is why I picked this club, was sometimes you get a celebrity guest because they're testing new material.
Yeah,
right?
They just show up.
And she says she's been here 3 times. She's never had a celebrity guest. And I was like, all right, okay.
I have a feeling a celebrity guest showed up.
Law of averages, man.
So I was like, okay. 5 comedians come up. The compere spoke to me and found out that I was English, and he says that's the Africa for white people and all that sort of stuff. It was very funny. And he says, we have a special guest. Craig Robinson came up.
Oh, wow.
He is
Daryl.
Is it Doug? Was it
Doug Judy?
Doug Judy in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
And
he's great. He was in Hot Tub Time Machine. He's a really funny dude.
He's a really famous big star.
Yeah.
And he came up and he was wrecked out of his head. And he basically sang for 2 hours. Right, he's on the piano and he just sang. So it wasn't really a comedy show; it was him just singing. And he was bad. Right. He was bad. I mean, he's a good pianist, but like he's not brilliant. Do you know what I mean? So he was like, do. Hang on, this will be worth it. Do. Chris, I can't find the chord. Do. Then he goes, loving you is easy, beautiful. Right. So anyway, he came on.
Hey, you're at 30 Rock.
Yeah, we're at 30 Rock. We're at the Rockefeller. We did the Natural History Museum. We did the planetarium. We did all that shit.
Yeah. Sure. Oh, there's your legs.
Yeah, there's my legs. So then, like, he was did his thing, and then when he was on for so long that most people had left the club. Right, there was only like 10 people left, and it was bizarre. Like he had a professional musician with him who went up and played some song. He had a professional singer with him who just went up and he fucked off for a bit, and then he came back on. And he was just. It was a bizarre.
Was it entertaining?
It was fun. Yeah. It was funny and fun. So anyway, I was like, he was done, and the cleaners were cleaning up, and there was only like 10 people left in the club, apart from staff. And Tara was sort of walking off, and I was like, no, there is no way I'm missing this opportunity. I have to go up to him. So I swooped past the cleaner, and I went up to the compere who I'd spoke to about, because I'm English and all that sort of stuff. And I said, I really enjoyed the show. And he said he was the one pointing to Craig, and he was like, hey, Craig, these guys are from... Well, he said London, but whatever. He said, these guys are from
You think everybody's from London?
Yeah, just go with it. You'll meet him.
Yeah, and he was like very, very nice. And I said, because you're not supposed to get your phone out in the club, but the actor's finished now, so it doesn't really matter. And I said, Craig, do you mind if I take a picture with you? And he was like, no, absolutely not. So we got a picture with Craig, which I am skipping furiously to. But we did the Underground.
That's awesome, though.
We did. We watched the Brooklyn Mets versus the New York Knicks. So we got a train to Brooklyn.
Wait. I think the Mets are baseball and the Knicks are basketball.
Oh yeah, the Nets. Yeah, Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, Nets. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. We walked the Brooklyn Bridge back, Stu.
Yeah.
So
it's cool, isn't it? Walking over the Brooklyn Bridge.
We was talking about you and thinking like, "Fuck me, it's too cold. Why do we do this?"
It's such a cool thing to do, though. I love walking over. It was a
cool bridge. Yeah. We saw the filming of Gossip Girl. The Gossip Girl was being filmed at the. We was walking. It was on our last day, and there's a place called the Met, which is a very famous place, isn't it? In Central Park. We was walking down there, and we saw some like those chairs, the deck chairs with the Gossip Girl on the back, and some people getting makeup done, and then we saw this whole thing. We was right next to the Ghostbusters building at one point, and I was like, "Let's go to the Ghostbusters building." So yeah,
there are video games coming, people. Don't worry.
We just did almost everything that I wanted to do. There he is.
I assume you didn't go to the Hip Hop History Museum though.
No, we didn't do that. We missed that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did loads of stuff. Walked around Central Park, biked around Central Park.
Hey, there he is. Awesome.
We did. The Edge, the Freedom Tower, Rockefeller Center. It was everything. Like we did. I saw the restaurant from Seinfeld. We went to that.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
And honestly, I just fell in love with New York. I thought it was fantastic.
It's cool. It's such a cool place.
I think it's a brilliant place.
As Homer Simpson once said, it's a hellhole. You know how I feel about hellholes.
It is a hellhole, but it's like it's nice though.
It's a cool hellhole.
It's cool. Like I just think
it's cool when you visit. I've heard horrible things about living there, but I mean whatever.
I can imagine. But like one night we didn't have any plans. We had no plans, so we was going to book
Ian Williams. That's not it. Sorry, go ahead.
We was going to book a Broadway show, last minute or wherever. So we said to the guy, can we book a Broadway show? And we missed it by 2 minutes. So Tara likes jazz, so I was like, let's wander into this jazz club. And we went in, and it was this full fucking basement production of all these it was a mix of has-been Broadway singers and up-and-coming Broadway singers. So all these like people that are just like has-beens, and they just had their moment of fame, but they're still good. And
and then pretty good to go on Broadway.
Really young up and coming singers like doing some bits as well. It was like, okay, that's good. Shall we go back to the hotel now? Shall we finish? I was like, well, there's another jazz club around the corner, so shall we try that? And then there was a full-on swing band on, and it was only like $10 a seat, and that $10 goes to the band, and then you pay for drinks. And I was like, fucking hell, this is just every night. There's something going on all the time.
It really never sleeps.
It never stops.
It never stops.
That's a good name. They should call it that. The city that
I remember one of my very favourite things when we went to New York was the first morning we were there. And we woke, obviously because we were behind on time and everything, we woke up really early, about like 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And it was just starting to get daylight, and we were at Novotel Times Square. So you could, if you pressed your face against the window, You could kind of just about see Times Square from the window, but just the noise, just like, and we were quite high up. It was really high up on the floors, and we could still hear car horns and stuff going. And looked out the window, and there's like yellow carbs and steam coming out of and it was literally just what you expect New York to look like. And it was just like, wow, we're here. This is amazing.
For us, I think for British people, America is just sort of fascinating because it's from movies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's what movies are. Whereas maybe to Americans, it's kind of lost on them a little bit because people, because you like people talk like that in the movies. You don't think it's real, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just think, hey, you want to go to 110th Street, make your way up, and I'm like, just keep talking to me. I don't care what you say, and then I'm gonna fucking take your wallet and beat your fucking ass. I was like, it's fine, don't worry about it.
That's
great.
That's like because we decided on Kay's birthday we were going to hire bikes and ride around Central Park. So we sort of wandered down there, and it was snowing. There was snow when we were there because we went in Feb, so it was snow and stuff.
Yeah, we had snow, by the way. We had snow.
See,
we had snow and sun.
That's cool. So we got there, and there's we couldn't see anywhere to hire bikes, so we just spoke to, one of the tour guide dudes who has the horse and cart things that they trundle around in. So we said to him, "Is there somewhere nearby where we can hire bikes?" Right, and he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I'll take you, right?" And he started taking us down all these dodgy streets, right, near Central Park. We're like, "Where the hell is he taking us?" Yeah. So it was like, "Shit,
taking you to get kidnapped."
Shit. And he's like, "No, it's fine. Follow me, right?" So he took us down all the streets, and then there's this little shop with bikes in the window, right? So we goes in, and he's like, "These guys want to hire bikes or whatever," and the guy's like, "Yeah, no problem. No. I'll need to take copies of your passports." So I was like, all right. And he's like, no, it's just in case you don't bring the bikes back, because if you take the bikes and you don't bring them back,
where are you
whatever.
Take them?
Exactly. So anyway, we did this. So we did
off and then not bring them back.
Yeah. So we did all the
stuff.
Some
kind of deposit makes sense, so the passport's weird. But anyway.
Yeah. So we did all the stuff anyway, paid for the bike hire. And then the dude, while we were stood in the shop, he got like a map out of Central Park. And then he's right, I'll draw you some places to go and see. He said, while you're riding around. And he literally marked everywhere that had been in a movie in the park for us.
Yeah.
And it was so cool. And he didn't need to do any of that stuff. And he took us there, and he was brilliant. And we got the bikes. And we just rode around and just stopped at all the places that had been in a movie. And it was well cool. You know what I mean? And he was such a nice chap. We thought he was going to mug us and kill us. He was absolutely lovely.
He was fine. That's kind of what New York's about. Really, is you think we went to a place called Stardust. So this place is a restaurant just off Times Square where it's wannabe, well, sort of up and coming Broadway singers that are trying to make it.
So they're all the waiting on staff.
So they're the waiting on
stuff. That's like most of what's around that area.
So, but the difference is they're singing and performing during your meal. And there's this one woman. She was singing Natasha Bedingfield's "Unwritten" while like getting drinks out of the fucking thing and serving us, and like they put on this whole show and this whole production. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty good. I would play it, but
I just loved it. And you went to the burger joint, a recommendation of mine.
We was a bit skeptical because I don't know, because I suppose Stu recommended it.
I know, I recommended it, so yeah.
So we were skeptical. But so yeah, here, this is the Stardust thing on the video, by the way. Somebody's got an air blower to kind of simulate
to blow her hair.
Yeah, to blow her hair. So, but it was all very, in good humor and everything. Everybody was really up for it.
And I'm assuming they were pretty good singers, were they?
Yeah, they were all good. Yeah. And it was really good food as well. I had a really nice meatball sub with waffle fries, or whatever the fuck do you call them? I don't know.
Yes, waffle fries.
But the burger joint that you recommended, she was lovely. Like we'd been around Central Park, and that was the plan. I was like, let's go.
It's close, isn't it? It's not too far away from Central Park.
And we walked to. Honestly, I forgot that it was in a hotel.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Well, that's the cool thing.
So I was because I just Stu was banging on about this place. Let's go here. And we walked up and down, and I'm really good at finding things. Do you know what I mean? I'm really good with maps, and I was like, and I looked on Google, and he went, it's hidden in a hotel. I was like, I fucking remember him talking about this now. And it was in a hotel called Thompson, which I'd seen.
Yeah, which I told you the completely wrong place, because it used to be, what were it called? I can't even remember now.
But anyway, we walked in.
It was called something else anyway.
And it was a nice lobby and everything. And then, like I said to the woman there, I said, we're looking for a burger joint. She said it before I even finished. Yeah, she's like, if you take
Stu sent you, didn't he?
Stu sent you? Yeah, that fuck keeps sending fucking people here. Anyway, it's left by the fucking curtain and then take a right, you fucking there. And like the whole thing was pretty ghetto, really. But it was. I mean, I sent a video to you, Stu.
You
Tara
did.
said it's the tastiest burger she's ever had.
Good burgers, man. They're in the top 5 in the world.
Would Stu ever lie to you?
So it was.
But
my point was, Stu recommended it. He's a chef. You know,
exactly.
It must be pretty good. So, you know,
it's just a cool place as well. There's like loads of celebrities have signed the walls and all that. And I'm guessing that, I don't know, it was the sign still up when we were there. There was a cardboard sign that said, we don't spit in your food, so don't sign the walls or something like that. He said.
I don't know. There was a lot of cardboard signs.
Yeah.
I
guess
picture of it. I took a picture of it.
Replace that.
I'll have to find it.
You have to have a look.
Ooh, but it's somewhere. But anyway, in short, which that wasn't. Oh yeah, we was on Central Park. This video is pretty funny on the screen now. So Tara loves saxophone, so she's sort of just magnetically drawn to saxophone. So this guy was playing a saxophone here, and I paused the video here, right? And we were just filming the saxophone, and Tara was going to walk past and do a funny face. What we didn't know was there's actually a proposal going on there, so I accidentally filmed.
You think he was playing Careless Whisper?
So look, he's proposing, and then Tara walks past like with a funny face. So we have that video forever.
He's playing to a baby.
Yeah.
I bet that's what he was actually playing.
So yeah, and I went over to him and I said, I accidentally filmed your proposal, and my wife pulled a funny face, and they didn't seem that interested in seeing the video.
You know,
they were in the middle of a deep life moment, but
yeah.
you know, your cute little joke video, it may not have been that urgent to them.
No.
Millie went to a wedding last year, and part of the entertainment of the night was a saxophone guy. And he came out and just played along to whatever song the DJ was playing. So they had this dude playing a saxophone while the DJ was playing songs. It was weird. So there you go. She loved it. Tara would have loved that.
Sounds like sounds like you both had a great time in New York.
You did. You did. By the way,
welcome back.
Duke, I think I've got one of your clues, by the way.
Oh, yeah, huh? Which one?
Number 2, is it Fallout New Vegas?
It is Fallout New Vegas. Well done, Stuart. So, a radioactive fresh start with a generic hypothesis. Fallout New Vague Guess.
There you go.
Yes,
I didn't get the Vegas
level of
bit.
things you're
just
dealing
thought
with here,
Fallout
people.
New.
That's how ridiculous and stupid these are.
Vague guess. I get you. It's good.
Yeah.
Good. I'll keep on mulling the others. I've got one.
I actually don't know that mine are as stupid as Carl Pilkington's, because mine aren't. I mean, maybe next week, or eventually I'll get to the point where I'm as desperate as him. He had one that was the name of a band, and it was DS were the initials, and the clue was that Jamaican guy is twirling a fish.
Okay.
D trout spinners.
Okay.
Oh, can I just ask, the clue number 1 is the first word super?
It is super.
What's clue number 1 again?
Excellent. Additional siblings from Brazil.
Super
it's Mario Brothers, isn't it?
Super more Rio Brothers.
Got 2.
Well
2
done.
out of 3, Chinny. We're doing quite well here.
Yeah.
We're doing quite well. Anyway, I'd forgotten what we're doing. Are we doing a show? By the way,
I think we are.
Jeff Bezos.
What?
The complete curveball. But Jeff Bezos, he knows everything about you, doesn't he? Because I got
algorithms do.
Well, I got a new tablet today.
Yes.
Because my other one was playing up and its battery keeps running down really fast, and I've had it for donkey's years, right? So they had Fire HD 10s on offer, the 10-inch ones.
You know that's not actually Jeff doing those and sending those.
Yeah, possibly. But it was 59 quid, man. I'm like, it's 59 quid.
For a
so
tablet.
I bought
what kind of tablet? What company?
A Fire
Amazon?
one, Amazon
Amazon
Zone.
I'm not giving
Amazon
him my
Zone.
fucking money.
I know.
Fuck.
But here's the thing, right? So the tablet comes and it's all set up, ready to go. It had my name. It had my Wi-Fi. I didn't
What?
even have to put a Wi-Fi code in.
What?
It knew my Wi-Fi. It
That's
was
weird.
already all done.
You
All I had
sound
to
like
do
an
was
old man.
no,
You
fuck
sound
that.
like an
turn
old
it
man.
on. What the fuck? I was like, wow.
Well, that is unnerving. Why the fuck is it all set up like that?
Well, because I have an Alexa, obviously, you know, my Wi-Fi code, it was
Yeah.
already in. Job done.
What are you trying to hide?
shit.
What's the problem?
Exactly.
I don't want to. Well, never mind.
I was like,
Everybody's like, I don't want him to
I was-
watch me. I'm like, why? What are you up
I
to?
was- I was-
Never
I
mind
was
that.
kinda-
Privacy is valuable for its own sake. I don't need to have something to hide.
I was kind of creeped out and
Well, yeah.
impressed at the same time.
Well, it is impressive how good
Oh,
Big
that's
Brother
so
is at his
impressive. Don't have
job.
to do anything. It's done.
All right, are we done
Everything's
with story
done.
times? Are we ready to talk about video games?
Yeah, I'm done.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
Pick it up.
What you been playing?
Facebook, you're up.
What you been playing? I'm not the title.
Boring.
So who's going first? Chinny, let's have you, seeing as you've been away.
Well,
Maybe you played something, maybe you didn't.
I did get a chance to play something. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Okay.
played. I don't get it out very often. Not my
Oh.
penis,
Aye.
but it's my Nintendo Switch.
Hey.
Ah.
So I took the Switch.
And did you get into the new museum free for having that with you?
No. They just spat on me. The Nintendo Museum, by the way, was it's a Nintendo shop. It's right by the Rockefeller Center. It was a cool place. Not a very big shop, but it was cool. And they had Nintendo shit in there. I don't know what else you want to know about it, but we bought
Nintendo shit. Who cares?
We
Nintendo
bought,
shit.
I bought two. I bought a hoodie and a T-shirt from there, and it's like Mario coming out of a sewer, and it's like a New York real picture of New York behind it. I thought that was
Yeah.
cool, and then I bought a made in 1985 Mario Brothers T-shirt because I'm also made in
Nice.
1985, and I thought that was good. But yeah, I played the Switch on the plane there and back, and I played a game that I've been meaning to play for years.
Okay.
Years.
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 Bloody
And
years. Wow.
That
What did you
game
play?
is Pikmin 3.
Oh, you
Yeah.
love the Pikmin, don't
I
you?
love Pikmin. That's if
doesn't?
somebody wants to know something about me, it's at my funeral they standing there and they go, the guy really loved Pikmin. That's what I want to be known for. I did, and I do. So this is the third one. So the first one was really simple. Have you two played Pikmin?
I have never.
Never.
Played a Pikmin
Do you
game.
know anything about it?
I know you have little goobers that work with you, and then you
If only there was a better name for goobers. What about
Yeah.
Pikmin?
Pikmin. Sure, let's go with that.
So you
Why
have
not?
these little plant creatures called Pikmin.
Yeah.
And they're
Pikmin.
color coded.
Right.
The red ones are resistant to fire. The yellow ones you
green
can
ones
throw
are
really
resistant to
high and
poison.
they have electric abilities.
Like
You've
Angry
got-
Birds.
You got little rock Pikmin. There's also other
Yeah.
ones as well, but I can't remember. But those are the ones I've come across so far. The first game was really simple, right? The first game was like you've got 30. Your plane crashes on a planet. You've got 30 days to sort it out, and it's a
Yeah.
day-night cycle.
Sure.
So I can tell both of you are just not listening. Look at you.
I'm listening. Your day-night cycle. Go ahead.
Oh,
Stu-
sorry. Day-night cycle. I'm
Stu didn't
listening.
even pretend that he was listening there.
I didn't.
Listeners, they're
Sorry.
just fucking doing whatever they want while I talk. Do you
Go
understand
ahead.
that?
Day-night
Oh, sorry.
cycle.
Oh,
I'm
no,
not
go
got
ahead.
you.
Go ahead. I'll concentrate now. I'm
listening.
so sorry. I was
You
distracted.
go away.
slightly.
I'm talking to the listeners now. You go away for
Okay,
a week.
okay.
They don't give
Sorry.
a fuck about you. Do you know what I mean?
So
You
sorry.
know what?
Exactly.
So Pikmin 3, go on, tell us all about why should we play this game, Chinny? Why
Because
should we
it's
play?
fucking Nintendo at its best.
Uh,
It's but
not Mario Kart.
It's not Mario Kart. No, it's I suppose it's not for everyone. I think you'd like it, Shu. I think it's a game where you just explore a planet and you've got to solve these little puzzles using these different
Yeah.
Pikmin. The twist on Pikmin 3, this might have been in Pikmin 2 as well, is that you've got two little people and you can play co-op if you want, but you can also play it single player, and you can throw that other person somewhere and you can be in two places at once. That's the kind of gimmick that I'm playing with. The first one was really simple, 30 days, get it done. The second one I didn't finish. I wish I did finish, but it was all in caves and it was really long. And the third one is the one where I think they figured it all out, because I've heard this is probably the best one, and it is so far. I'm really enjoying it. When you just play a game and you're just really enjoying it. Do you know what I mean? There's no there's no like struggle, there's no pain, there's nothing, and you just play it, and you're like, all I want to do is just keep playing Pikmin or keep playing this game. It's pure fun. That's all it is. That's what I love about Pikmin. It's just great. I absolutely love it. Yeah, there is stress because sometimes there's little enemies that you got to fight. Yeah, it's I've got a few complaints. I suppose is the controls are a little bit janky. On the original Pikmin, you could move the right. The original Pikmin was on the GameCube, and the right analog stick was the C stick. It was weird, and you could move the Pikmin around, and you can't really do that on this one. And the other one is, in Nintendo games where they get this dialogue and they just go, and you have to scroll through it. There's a lot of dialogue in this game.
Written dialogue.
Yeah, written dialogue, which is boring. That's the other thing that I find.
Yeah, Chinny doesn't like reading.
No.
I want to read. I'll go to school.
But apart from that, I'm about like 2-3 hours in, something like that. I didn't play it for long on the plane because I'm like I'm 6'3", so like looking down on a plane and stuff is a bit of a neck ache. So yeah, that was it. So Pikmin 3 is the only thing I've managed to play.
The only game I played. Remember Overlord? That's about the only Pikmin
that's
game
like a
I played,
bad Pikmin game.
That was a bad Pikmin game.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of Lemmings as well, I guess.
It is a bit like Lemmings, but you
have more control.
You have more control. They're a little bit more independent. You know what I mean? Like they'll go off. Well, they won't just go off, but if you throw them at something, they'll sort of work out what you want them to do. And the whole game as well, you've got to recover this fruit. So you see a strawberry and it's got really good looking fruit. This game. Every time you see a fruit,
it's got really good looking.
That's good.
That looks like a real strawberry. I could just eat it.
So the idea is you got to collect fruit to keep food going because every day you use a jar of this food. So you got to make sure you got food topped up. And then I've just run into a thing where if you get spicy berries or something like that, you can give your Pikmin a boost. I'm not really sure what's going on there. But I love it. I absolutely love Pikmin 3. I think it's great. I haven't played Mass Effect 2 since I've come back.
Oh no, I finished that shit. I'm done.
Have you started 3?
Yes, I'm about 3 hours into 3.
Oh, okay.
I am on it. I'm
So
fucking
I
on
need
it.
to
Not like
catch up.
you slacker.
I've been away.
You've not been away all you. When did you come back?
Thursday morning.
Well, you've had fucking 3 days. What's you been doing?
Spring cleaning.
Cold.
Oh yeah. What are you talking about? Everyone cleans their ass fully. Go on holiday. What does the matter with you? But
No.
yeah, talking. I'll talk a little bit.
I've been cleaning out my office. I'm throwing a lot of.
I see. But I'll talk a little bit about Mass Effect 2, as you mentioned it.
Go ahead.
Yes.
I finished that game. And I talked on the show last week. I said, "Oh, can I be arsed doing all the loyalty missions?" Because I didn't do them all last time.
I heard that.
Because I couldn't be arsed. But no, I did them all. I did all of them. So it's the first time I've done all of the loyalty missions for every person on the crew. I did the weird one with Jacob's dad.
Oh yeah, I've done that one already.
Harem. What the fuck?
So that's the one where he goes crazy.
But then he has a load of women as a harem or something. It's proper fucking weird.
As
I
a
was like,
harem?
wow.
What do you mean by a harem?
Like a harem of women. He's women to do his bidding, sort of thing.
It's not all women, is it? Is it all women?
Yeah. He gets rid of all the blokes, and he literally has just the women in a camp.
Oh, does he? Because they
does.
never say he's like sexy.
Yeah, he does. He's pretty explicit.
All right, well that's how it is.
Jacob even shouts like as a go at him and says, "Oh, you can fucking stay here and your mess you've made or whatever."
Yeah, I remember because I did it like before I left. So
you rescue all the people.
You
there
go on
just
there
leave him on
because
his own.
there's a ship, isn't there, that he crash landed. The beacon starts off, and then you go on there and he's like, "Oh yeah, look, they're all fucked up in their head or something." And
they've all been. It's the food. They've been eating this food that's made them all weird.
That's it.
So the food makes them all weird, but then he's controlling all the women, and he gets rid of all. He outcasts all the blokes, and then they keep trying to raid his camp and stuff. It's a bit weird. It's proper weird.
I didn't get any sexy vibes from it though.
No, he definitely calls it a harem, or Jacob says you're here with your harem or something of that.
I don't know what a harem is.
So a harem is
women
basically
that you basically have hired or enslaved as sexy times.
And I wonder why I don't know what it is.
So that's what it is anyway. So it was fairly explicit, but that was kind of funny, and I was like, "Wow, that's a weird quest."
Yeah, I've done that.
I'm trying to figure what was the other one, the other quest. I'm trying to figure what I did for everyone else. It's so funny because I did them all. which I've never done before. I'm trying to think which ones else. Oh, I did the obviously the assassin one again, which is good. I like that quest.
Which one?
Where you're following his son to try and stop him from killing his target. And you have to keep on feeding back to.
Is that where you got to follow him in the
Is
wings?
it Thane? Yeah, and
you're sort of up in the in the
in the ceiling.
I've done that one as well. Yeah,
that's good. So I did them all. So I got to the end, the suicide mission.
Yeah.
And I saved everybody. Everyone survived. Everybody. But I did get told off because the doctor was not happy.
Why?
Because I pissed about, because I did all. You see, this is where this game punishes you, right? Because it's like you've got to get everybody loyal for the end game. But the time it takes to get everybody loyal, when they've obviously spoilers for Mass Effect 2, but they steal all the crew. And when I got there, Doctor was fucking pissed at me because we got her out of one of the pod things, and she's like, I had to watch everybody get liquefied, and I'm like, oh shit, because you took so long. What were you doing? You took so long. So I don't know. I pressed the right trigger probably at that point because you were talking too much.
Yeah,
understandably, as you do. And yeah, she wasn't happy, and but I saved her at least. I mean, she should have been thankful.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't know why she was like going on all the time. So at the end of it all, I was about 3/4 renegade. So I didn't do full renegade because there were some things where I'm just like, not even I think that's okay to do. Even though I'm playing renegade all the time. I did withhold a lot. So when someone else was going to do something dodgy, it gives you the left trigger to stop them doing whatever it is. Yeah. I just let them do it. I very rarely intervened.
That's how I'm playing it.
Yeah, you want to shoot me?
I press the right trigger just on instinct. Like as soon as I see it, I'm like, bam.
Yeah, that didn't work. So yeah, I'm done. I'm all done. I enjoyed it. It's so good. The ending is pretty good fun. It's not once you do the suicide mission. It isn't that long until the end. I was like, wow, it's literally.
Yeah,
done.
I'm on the. Is it the FF? What was it?
Yeah, well, that's it. Once you do that, that's the end.
That's not the end mission. I've not got Legion. I've got to get Legion.
Oh no, have you not got? Oh, you haven't got the FF transmitter yet.
No, that's the mission I've got to get.
Yeah.
I've got to get that.
Yeah. So you did, and I did spend a bit of time like doing all the ship upgrades. Mining fucking planets. Hated that, but I did a lot of that. Did all the ship upgrades. Got the special shields, special weapons, which made a big difference at the end. To be fair, I would have said it makes a fairly big difference. So yeah, I was really impressed. I really enjoyed it, and I'm on 3. I literally started it as soon as I finished this. I was like straight on to 3.
Yeah. The start of 3 is Earth, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Again, you forget how.
I cannot remember 3 at all.
Yeah, 3, the start is pretty impressive, that opener. I do, as soon as I saw a certain scene, it triggered, and I was like, oh,
I remember there's a kid and you fly away from the kid or something.
Yeah, so basically you find a kid.
And you're supposed to feel sad, but I was like, glad I'm not that kid.
Sucks to be you, kid.
So you find a kid in like an air duct, and it doesn't matter what you choose, whether you go, come on, get out of there, or come on, I'll help you out. He does a runner, whichever thing you do.
Here's a Twix.
Yeah, here's a Twix.
That's the right trigger option.
That is the right trigger.
Yeah. No, the right trigger option is eat the Twix.
Eat the Twix. So you get on obviously at the end you get on the ship and you're flying away, and as you're flying away, thing comes down and it just blasts the shit out of the shuttle that the kid just got on. It's just like, and you're like, oh, so sad.
What a waste of a Twix.
I didn't get it. Oh. Yeah, so that's not
I'd be
great.
pissed off if I gave him my Twix.
Not great, but yeah, I'm just at Mars, so I'm probably about 3 hours into Mass Effect 3.
I need to do some catching up by next week, don't I? That's what I need to do.
You do.
You don't want
you need
Stu
to do a lot of catching up.
I didn't know it was a race, to be honest, to do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Is it a race to the end now?
Yeah, it is.
Stu got the cheeseburger before you did.
Yeah, I did.
We got to Central Park before you.
I did.
You finished Mass Effect 2 before you.
It is true. Did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I went to the Golden Gate before him.
I went up Rockefeller Center before you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't go up the edge. It wasn't even there.
Yeah, that wasn't fucking built.
Well, it's not my problem, is it?
Duke, over to you.
Cool.
Yeah, over to me. I I played some Rocket League with Antonio and DogThrottler.
Sounds like a
Oh,
nice
yeah.
guy.
I mentioned, yeah, he's cool. Thank you, Antonio, by the way, for filling in on, last 2 weeks. Antonio was here, and he's in the chat, I think, now.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was cool. Like, it had been a while since Antonio and I had played, and I think I was Diamond 1 at that point. Antonio was Platinum 3, and then his DogThrottler friend was Platinum 1. So I yanked the level way up, and he was having a little trouble keeping up, but it was fine. It was a fun time. So
Go back to
you know, it
throttling
makes it-
dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, DogThrottler.
You know, it's such a different experience playing with people that you're talking to because
It's fun.
you know, it doesn't hurt as much when you lose and you're not as frustrated by teammates' mistakes and stuff like that. So it's a very different experience. But I'm not going to talk about that too much.
So
I'm gonna talk
can I
about a
just check?
demo.
Did DogThrottler threaten to throttle you if you didn't do well?
No, he did not. But we won a few games, which was great because new season. I think I mentioned that I'm not getting the season pass this year or this time around.
You did
the
because you
season,
said there
like I
was
said,
no good stuff in
there's
it.
stupid rewards. I mean, ridiculous.
Are we at a point now,
so-
Duke, with Rocket League where maybe all those shitty rewards have run out of?
Oh,
their
I mean,
appeal?
that's been the case. Like, I haven't used any of their rewards for quite some time now, except when I got the diamond goal explosion. Because now I want everyone to know I'm a diamond player, baby. Check it out.
Diamond.
But anyway, yeah. So there's this demo that I got during Next Fest when Steam had its whole demo-o-rama thing going on, called Post-Apo Builder demo.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently this is like a genre now. I didn't realize people were abbreviating this because it's such a long phrase to say post-apocalyptic. Who has time for that? Let's just call
No,
it
I don't have time.
post-apo. Yeah, post-apo, 2 syllables, get it done.
I know what it means.
Well, this
Right.
this looks like something I would enjoy.
Well, it
Oh,
might be.
God.
It's a city builder.
I like a city
And-
builder.
Yeah. It's a lot like Banished in that you have a few people at the start and you are salvaging materials. Excuse me, hang on.
Duke is coughing.
He is.
Just bear with him.
He's
So,
back. He's back in the room.
We
yeah,
don't need you to
you
tell us he's
have-
back, Duke, because we can hear.
I
him.
know. I was just letting the listeners know he's back.
Yeah, we don't need.
So
that,
you get
though.
to this place, there's like discarded metal around, there's wood piles and berries, bushes, and you get the wood, you get the scrap metal, you gather some berries for your food at the start, and then you build tents for your people to live in, and then you build a greenhouse to grow more crops and food and stuff. Eventually you can build like a hunter's tent and hunter's shack, scrapyard type thing, so you can get better things out of the scrap that it's basically like a city builder, but instead of chopping down trees and forging iron out of ore, you are repurposing a lot of the stuff that's in the wasteland.
So how do you
around
gather? You just go up to it and just get
so
it.
you're controlling people. This is what it's drawing from Banished. So in Banished, you have you don't ever tell people go do this, go do that. Instead, you click on a resource and you assign a certain number of the individuals in your camp to go do that resource. So you click on the metal pile and you'll click 2, and then 2 people will go and start getting metal from that.
Do they do that indefinitely?
They do until it's depleted. Yeah.
Depleted, right?
So obviously there's a finite amount of resources you can pull from the stuff lying around. Eventually you're going to have to start chopping down trees.
And I'm assuming there's
hunting animals and
hostiles
stuff.
at some point.
At some point, I didn't get that far. The voice acting's pretty weak. It's weird. The tutorial is real annoying because it was like it'll put like what you need to do right in the middle of the screen, and you have to read it and then close that and then go do it.
Oh, I hate
Now,
that.
a lot of games will do a tutorial where it'll be like tutorial message on the side of the screen, and you can like
Yeah.
do it while you're reading it, but not this game. So it's kind of weird in that way. There are
So
also
this
these
is set in
decrees.
2024, right? So it's realistic.
Right.
Because
Sure.
this is probably what the world's going to look like in
Yeah,
2024.
2 years from now.
Right. Yeah, the decent systems. The systems are decent. It's exactly what it says on the tin. It's a little city builder. I didn't play it too long because, to be honest, I got a little bored. But I could tell that it was fairly decent in its development, and I don't know if the full game's out yet, but it was I think I just prefer the scenario of doing a Minecraft type thing where you knock down trees and then you dig ore and make stuff from
Well,
scratch.
I feel like there's something missing, Duke. Or it sounds like you're talking about it, and there's something missing. I mean, to me, it looks like a typical sort of banished city builder, but it's not. City skylines where that's got a lot of complex things and systems going on. What do you think it's missing this game?
I don't know that it's necessarily missing anything. I don't know that I played it long enough to really talk about its systems because like you said, there are hostiles. At one point in the sort of like tutorial quest log, it says deal with the tribe in the north or whatever it is, and I didn't get that far at all. At one point, you're supposed to build a trading post to do business with people coming by your encampment, but in order to do that, you have to. There are these decrees you can do once a day, I guess. And I had done one that was like, your players get better resources when they raid the pile of metal or whatever it is. And you can't do it. You only do it once every 24 hours. So I had to wait for that to expire before I could set up the trading post. And I was just like, I don't know, some of the limitations and stuff, it just feels a little clunky, I think.
It looks all right. I mean, I must admit. But then I feel like you've played 50 variations of this game style, Duke.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is that, like, a lot of the games that are being developed these days, like, as soon as you look at their page on Steam, you can guess what they are. And they're either city builders or they're roguelikes or they're, dating sims or they're visual novels or they're, I don't know. I feel like there's nothing new under the sun. And instead of people trying to come up with good stories, they're just like, let's do another... Stardew Valley was a really cool game. What if we did that?
Yeah.
Or Banished was a really cool game. Let's do that, but post-apocalyptic. Like, they put their own little tweak on it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
No one's making real-time strategy games, are they?
There probably is.
Not so much.
Probably will be. There will be some.
It's been a while since the really good one has come out. Like
Halo Wars.
A lot of people who do real-time strategy, they do the paradox style ones, which are so complicated. Like,
I want a simple.
Halo
That's
Wars.
why I like Halo Wars, because it's simple,
Right.
but it was like
Right.
paper, rock, scissors, basically, which is
And see,
perfect.
That's the thing is that, right, this is actually something that kind of grinds my gears is that people who play a certain kind of game tend to be really into that genre. And as a result, game devs want to give those people everything they want. And in terms of RTS, what they want is systems on systems on systems.
Yeah.
So that for someone like you or me, we're coming along, we want something kind of simple. Forget it.
It's like multiple,
it's gonna be Total War, it's
multiple
gonna be Rome,
races,
it's gonna
multiple currencies, multiple
be...
this.
Yeah,
multiple,
and that's
you're
just
like,
the start of
oh.
it. It's also right. It's like, in Halo Wars, maybe you need to keep 6 elements of a supply line going. In most of these games, there's like 30.
Yeah.
And you have to keep track of all of them, and you better not let your coal run out, or your iron's going to get shortened up, and then the people are going to attack, and you won't have wood ready to repair your bridges and all this shit. I'm just like, I can't keep track of it. And I don't want to keep track of it. Like, I'm not talking about this game anymore, but, there are some games I've played like that where it's just like, there's so much to keep track of. I'm like, that's not what I'm trying to do. So...
Hi to Time Burglar in the chat. Hi, Time Burglar.
Hi, Time Burglar, blah, blah.
So
Chinny,
Post-Apo City Builder,
Yeah. Did you play anything else, Chinny?
I did actually.
I
I just remembered I played something today, but it was related to New York.
Oh.
Okay.
I played. Well, you played. It wasn't this game, but you played a game after you went to New York. What was it? Do you remember?
Oh, I'm trying to remember which I played. Which one did I play after I went to New York?
You played a
GTA 4?
No, I don't think it was. I think it was
GTA 4.
Was it?
Because that's set in Liberty City, which is based on.
Yeah, maybe it was.
New York.
It seems like a long time ago.
It was
It's
a long
based
time ago.
on New York.
So I was like, well, what's the most recent take on New York?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Surely, surely Spider-Man.
And even newer than that is Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Extension.
Very good recreation of New York, I have to say.
Very good. So I said to Tara, I was like, oh, look, I've got Spider-Man. It's like a recreation of New York. Do you want to see it? She's like, yeah. And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good recreation of New York. Obviously.
Its scale-wise is quite good. It's a good scale because what a lot of games do is really cut down the size of New York. You know, they sort of
Well,
put the main
much
things
time.
in, but then in between they'd sort of because whereas Spider-Man felt pretty to scale. Really, it's
Well,
it's a
I
massive,
suppose-
massive area.
It is a massive area, but it's not though, because like Times
No,
Square
More
it's
to
was
just been
scale
real
than
New
most.
York
More to
recently.
scale than most. games,
Times
so.
Square was really impressive in Spider-Man because it literally looks exactly like Times
it
Square,
does.
like the pedestrian area, the big. Was that the big staircase? Was that there, Stu, when you were there?
Yeah, the red
The big
thing.
red staircase.
Yeah, that's been there forever. I think.
And the billboards and all that sort of stuff. That was all very impressive and very on point. There is a tower, so this is where you go into sort of weird laws because the Eiffel Tower, it's you don't need a license or something to put it in your game, so you can put it in your game. Whereas Freedom Tower, you need permission to put that in your game.
Interesting.
So
Right,
can't put the Freedom Tower that in real life and the one in the game. It's roughly in the right spot, but it isn't the actual tower. It's roughly the right height, but it isn't quite the.
It doesn't look exactly right.
No, in fact, the
have
Freedom
to make it a
Tower
little bit
in
different.
Spider-Man looks like the Edge building, which is the one that we went up and got that beautiful view and the see-through glass floor and stuff.
Yeah.
But it is pretty good. You know, we went around Central Park. We saw the castle. You know, the castle in Central Park.
Yep.
And we walked around that in Spider-Man, and it was pretty bang on. Like the castle was pretty bang on. And I wasn't very impressed with the real castle in New York. I was like, this ain't a fucking castle. This looks like it's been here 10 years. Because we've got castles coming out of our arseholes in England, Stu.
Yeah, we have.
You know, I can't walk down the street without coming across a
No.
1,000-year-old.
And if you ever go to Northumbria, there's one on every coast, like on every
I know.
cliff top. There's a castle.
we've just down the road. I've got like Dudley Castle, and it's just like on a fucking like we got castles coming out everywhere. So
Fucking everywhere you go, there's a castle.
like this, the one in Central Park, I was like, this has got like joinery and balconies and health and safety. This isn't a real castle. You want to feel like your life is on the line when you walk.
Yeah. You want a window that looks like it's about to fall down. You know, like
so,
a window hole with no window in it.
But it was nice. But Central Park was nice, and the Met was nice, and some of the bridges that we recognise in Central Park and some of the streets. And
What I thought was quite cool, and a lot of them don't bother with this, where you go to get on the ferry to go to Statue of Liberty, there's like a little sort of circular monument thing.
Oh, right.
And that's in Spider-Man. That was there, and I was like, stuff like that.
There.
Oh, yeah, it's quite
There's
cool.
like there's a monument to the veterans, isn't there? There's like a big
Yeah.
thing
I think
to
it
that.
might be that I'm talking about. Yeah, there's like a thing.
So we went there in real life. I didn't do that in Spider-Man, but we went. Where did we go in Spider-Man? Yeah, because that's Battery Park, isn't it? That you're talking about.
Yes.
Yes, that's where we went.
Yeah.
Tara didn't know where we were going. I was like, we're going to Battery Park, so we walked all the way down to Battery Park. But yeah, no, the recreation of New York is pretty good in Spider-Man. It's just always impressive. But you know what? I might still play GTA 4 because the reason why I would know my way around New York because of GTA 4. By the way,
That's funny.
like I've got a very good sense of direction anyway. So anywhere we go, Tara doesn't think about where we're going because she knows that I'll know. So when we was in San Francisco, within like an hour, I knew where like 4 things were. I knew where the hotel was. I know where everything. I was just good at that stuff. But with New York, I was like, well, I know what that is, and I know where it is because of GTA 4, not because of Spider-Man. Because in Spider-Man, you spend most of your time swinging around above the buildings.
Right.
But in GTA 4, you're on the ground all the time.
Yeah.
So I know the streets better because of GTA 4. So I might play GTA 4 just a quick drive around. And just to see it. Because GTA 4, I feel like Rockstar, even though it's how many years old?
A lot.
14
It's pretty
years
old now.
14 years old.
14.
It
Wow.
is.
That's crazy.
So-
I still feel like their attention to detail is pretty good. So yeah, I'll be interested to see how good it is. But yeah, I played Spider-Man Miles, and I really want to play Spider-Man again, to be honest, because there's trophies to get the new game plus and all this sort of stuff, and I'm just like, you know what, I would play that whole thing again. I loved it so much. So
Very good.
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
See, just an excuse to play more Spider-Man. What more can you ask
I love
for?
Spider-Man.
What more can you
I
ask
don't really
for?
like superhero movies that much, but I haven't even seen the latest Spider-Mans with all the Spider-Men in it.
No,
but
me neither.
I love the game Spider-Man. I've always loved Spider-Man games.
Can't beat swinging around the city.
Nope.
I'm going to talk about a game that's not really a game.
Uh-oh.
So it's not a game.
It's a VR experience.
It's a VR experience. It's called
Christ,
Virtuoso.
What?
Virtuoso.
Okay.
It's basically a sequencer come drum machine come musical instruments to... It's a little bit of you sort of create loops to make tunes, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
So it allows you to build and layer sort of different stuff on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool. Now, it's very complicated.
Okay.
The tutorials are pretty much non-existent.
It looks like, what was that film? Lawnmower Man?
Well, it is a little bit
You're
like
in
that.
Lawnmower Man.
You're in Lawnmower Man. But the dude, you can't hear this, unfortunately, but the dude on the screen is playing Blue Monday by New Order live.
Right.
So he's kind of starts off and then he layers everything up. So he starts with his beat, then he starts bringing in all the music, the notes,
man.
and all that kind of stuff. And
By the way, in case anyone's wondering, these are caramel delights from the Girl Scouts. We just got a
I
Girl
wonder
Scout
what those
cookie
were.
today.
So,
Yeah.
But
is this a demo that you're playing, or is this the game?
no, this is what you're seeing on screen is the game. So what this dude is doing is it's a bit. Have you ever heard what Ed Sheeran does when he does a live show?
Well, the looping machine.
Yeah, that's basically what he's doing. So he'll do the drum beat, loop it, then he'll do obviously some other stuff.
I think
then
that Ed
he'll loop
Sheeran
over
will
the
do
top.
all right,
Yeah, I think he probably does. I think he
He's
probably
got some
does.
talent.
I think he's going to do well.
And then he'll layer in it. So we'll record it, loop it, keep sticking all that stuff on top of it. And then he starts bringing in all the notes. Now, this dude, I only found him tonight, actually, because most of the stuff I've seen is by the developer himself. And he's all right. He can do some pretty cool shit. But this is the first non-developer of the game that's doing some fucking proper...
is this on the Quest?
Cool. It is on the Quest, yeah.
So how do they get around the licensing?
Well, this guy's just playing it. I mean, it's just instruments, so you can just play whatever.
So
you like.
he's making his own beats and stuff.
So this guy is just recreating.
Now you've
Blue
got
Monday.
my interest.
This dude is just recreating Blue Monday using this, and it's fucking cool.
So he's producing his own music.
He's literally doing it on the fly. You can see all those things. He's turning them on and off.
Now you've got me because
I know,
I don't know if you remember.
I know.
Me talking about the little keyboard with the drum machines on it.
Yes.
Now you've got me because DJing is basically posh cross mixing and stuff. It's not that fancy.
Yeah,
but
this is what this dude is basically doing. He's dropping stuff out, bringing it in, dropping it out, bringing other stuff in.
I mean, there's no talent in DJing. It's just a playlist of music, right?
Yeah,
Everybody
it is.
knows that.
You're doing other stuff.
The people that do it, they're the bottom of the rung of talent, right?
Fucking rude.
But producing music,
this is literally
you're just trying to
a music production platform. And what's so fucking cool, you can literally... And a lot of this stuff doesn't even tell you. There is a very basic tutorial that gives you, this is how you loop a beat, this is how you record it, this is how you add sounds to it.
Tell you what, Stu, you've got me. You've got me.
I know.
Here. I know. Basically, every week you try and play a game on some stupid platform.
Oh, no, this is the best one. This is going to be it for VR.
And pretty much, I'd say not even 9 times out of 10, I'd say 99 out of... No. 999 out of 1,000, I just go, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
but now and again, Stu, and this is I shouldn't tell you this because this encourages you, but now and again, you'll find when I'm like, you've got me. You've got me now.
But honestly, what's so cool, I'll tell you some of the cool stuff that I've learned since, obviously. I've not really given it much time. I played it a little bit.
Talentless, useless people,
okay.
And this is real.
But... No, what's really cool, because you've got a 360 workspace, you can literally remove stuff and put it wherever you want. So you can put your drum kit where you want, you can put your your on-off buttons where you want. You can literally do what you want. There's loads of different instruments as well. There's like a harp, there's this thing is playing, whatever. So there's a lot of different things to use. This guy, it's like he's some sort of mad scientist who's come up with this music thing. You know what I mean? It's like completely crazy. But if you look at this guy that I've linked to in the show notes, just look at some of the stuff he's done, because he really knows how to use it.
In the show notes, by the way, listeners, are in the show notes on whatever you use to download your podcast. So If you look in the notes of this episode, click Virtuoso, you will see what Stu's talking about.
You'll see
which
this
is
and
what we
hear
do
it.
every week, but no one
We do it
fucking
every
reads
week.
the
No
show
one ever
notes, so
No
fuck
one
you
clicks
all.
on the links.
I've been in New York for too long.
So yeah, I think Chinny, I think this is for you. I really do.
Okay, Stu, you've got my fucking interest
It's a
now.
door,
I see what you've
keyboard,
done. I fucking
drum
like it,
machine.
but what we're talking about bucks here, how expensive is it gonna be?
£15.
15 fucking bucks. I tell you, this fucking guy.
It's a whole £15. And I'll be honest, I think it's for someone like you who wants to create music, fucking hell, you've got a whole music studio.
Yeah.
The only thing I wouldn't say that you can do, and I think that this dude plays it live and sort of lays everything as he's going along, which is cool as anything. What you can't do yet, there's a couple of things that it needs to add to make it better. There's no timeline on the WAV files that you create. So you get a WAV file, but there's no timeline on it. So it's more difficult. And there's, from what I can gather, there's no way to say, create 3 or 4 different things and then piece them all together into one big tune, if you know what I mean. So rather than sort of having to layer everything on the fly and take things in and out as you're going along, there's no way of doing separate bits and then editing it all together. I don't. You can take those WAV files out of your headset, so everything you do create in the headset you can take out separate and then edit them together in your own computer software. You know, like GarageBand or whatever it might be that you use. So you can do what you can create stuff in here and then edit it together afterwards. So there is possibilities. He said the developer is working on it all the time, and he has said he's looking at putting more production studio stuff into it so that you can mix stuff together at the end.
All right.
Have I sold it to you, Chinny? Have I sold it?
So much so, I'm going to look on the Oculus app, which I haven't opened for a long time, and see if I can.
It's in the new. I mean, it's only just come out, so it's in the new bit. So,
because I thought it was some sort of like license.
No, this is
but
literally
when you said you create it yourself, that's where you got me. You see.
It is very electronic. Just to warn you, it's very electronic.
You're losing me.
Bass. So it is a lot of synthesizers and, you know, like drum machines and all that kind of stuff. So you're not going to get your guitar. There is a guitar-y type sound, but you're not going to make rock music in this, let's say. It's all electronic music type stuff. So, but you can make a lot of stuff. You'll find your thing, Chinny. But this dude is just a fucking wizard, the guy who's on screen here. Honestly, I was watching today some of the stuff he's done, and it's just, the stuff he's doing is just mental. I mean, this guy obviously has a lot of musical talent.
And a lot of time on his hands.
Yeah, but when you see all the stuff he's got open at the same time, it's just fucking frazzles my brain. I'm just like, wow, this guy is just super, super impressive. But you're going to get those people. You know, so what you can do as well, by the way, I should have said this, when you've created your masterpiece, G, you can then share it for everybody else to listen to.
Can you export like MP3s and stuff?
Yes. So that's what I said. You can take, they're actually WAV files. So you can, you just take them straight.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going back to the old school, the WAV files.
Yeah, they're all WAV files. So you can just take them straight off your head.
That's where you get the good audio quality from. With
That's why it is. That's why it is. So they're pretty big files as well, I should imagine.
You can tell he's an audio snob, the developer, because he uses WAV files.
It is WAV files. But yeah, give it a go. Anyone out there who feels like they've got an inkling to play music, give it a go. It does a lot of syncing stuff for you, so you don't have to worry about being totally in time when you're doing your drum beats. It'll fix all that shit for you. So it's very user-friendly for someone who has no musical talent whatsoever. So that would be me.
Down like that?
That would be me. So yeah, give it a go.
That's why you're a DJ.
That's why I'm a DJ, and I don't actually try and. Well, no, I'm going to try and do my musical production side now. You see, I'm going to make my own tunes.
I think. Why don't
you can even sing?
Why don't you make
into it
a tune for next week and play it?
I'm going to. I will do. I'll make something. I will make something for next week.
It's going to be original, so we don't get sued.
No, totally original.
YouTube.
I'm not going to try and recreate something.
So we don't get sued.
No, I will literally make an original tune especially for the show next week.
Excellent stuff. This is what I'm looking forward to.
I know. Yeah. And if you make one too. Let's see if we'll both make one if you get it.
I'll try and make one.
Try and make one. We'll both make a tune. We'll see. And then we'll sit. The listeners can decide who's his best. How about that? Yeah. I'm guessing Chinny's will be because he's got musical talent unlike me.
I don't know.
Anyway.
But I don't have time It's Tara's birthday next week, so.
See, he's already making excuses. Have you seen that?
Well, you know, Women, it's a birth week, isn't it? It's not a birthday.
It's a birth week. So there you go, Virtuoso. Duke, over to you.
Yeah, I hesitated about buying this for a while. There's a bunch of reviews that are like, it gave me motion sickness. It's glitchy as hell. Don't get it. It's the positive reviews are often like qualified positives. Like, yeah, I'll give this a thumbs up, but here's all these things about it. So it's called No Place Like Home. It's kind of a cross between Wall-E and Stardew Valley, except it's third person. You know, it's 3D. You're not top down like Stardew Valley.
All right, okay.
But it is the exact same story. Like, you are left a farm from your grandpa, and there's this talking chicken who guides you through the first stages, which is all I've gotten through so far. The twist is that humanity is on its way to Mars, because we've destroyed this planet, filled it with garbage. And so a lot of this game involves going around and vacuuming up the garbage, and then eventually you recycle it and stuff. And then you build
so
stuff.
You're still
out
on
of the
Earth?
Stuff that, yeah, you are on Earth.
It doesn't look like Mars.
There's garbage everywhere on Earth.
Oh no!
And so you have to break apart some of the garbage.
So
and
you're
vacuum it
hoovering up rocks. Is that what's happening here, or is that
you're
breaking
hoovering up
it?
garbage? This is like
okay.
T-shirts and food packaging and all sorts of crap. But you have some devices that allow you to like transform it into materials, which you can then use to build a nice little country.
So wouldn't you just stay on Earth if you had that device? Like,
well, you're lucky you did, because your grandpa was like, he went silent, so you went to find out what happened, and it turns out, I guess you had this device. You can just turn this horrible garbage planet into a beautiful pastoral river spot. I don't know why you didn't think to do that before your grandfather went into radio silence, but you did. So yeah, and you have to get chickens to like you by giving them potatoes, which, you know, that makes sense.
That's pretty much the way I get chickens.
Chickens
to
love
like me.
potatoes.
The attention to realistic detail is just mind-blowing. It's like, wow.
I know. I never knew
go nuts
chickens
for
ate potatoes, but there you go.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, I haven't played it too much.
I'm a potato.
But, you know, the reviews say that there's people to befriend and, you know, quests to solve and stuff. And I guess, I don't know, it just looked like it was kind of cute and fun. And, you know, a bunch of the reviews were like, it's good for a game when you don't have to use your brain. And I'm like, yes, that's the opposite of those RTS games I was just talking about. So I will take it. And I bought it, and I'm having fun so far.
It looks like no brains were used in the making of this.
I don't understand why people are getting motion sickness playing this. Why?
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know how that works.
How is that even a thing? It's weird.
Maybe
I mean, the
chickens.
graphics are cute.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's kind of basic. It's for kids.
The chickens have hats.
Chickens have hats.
You can name them, and you can put different things on them and stuff. It's all very silly.
It does look silly. By the way, Duke, talking of chickens, from next week in the UK, there's no more free-range eggs.
Really? Why not?
No more free-range eggs because of bird flu. They've had to keep them in barns all winter. So they're now barn eggs, not free-range eggs. So who knew?
Going through the US too, so hopefully they don't hit our eggs.
Yeah, the eggs will still be the same, I guess. It's just they're can't class them as free-range anymore.
It just means the chickens haven't had like a lovely life of fucking around.
They haven't been outside in the 2 foot by 2 foot square of land that they can scavenge go on. Yeah. My wife works for the animal health agency that's who she works for in the civil service. So she sees all that stuff.
I saw a lamb being born on Friday.
Wow, that's impressive.
So like, I came back Thursday morning and I had to do a recce on Friday for work. And it's at this college that they do like farming and all sorts of shit there, right?
Yeah.
I know we've gone off on a tangent here about your chicken game, but whatever. And so I got to go to this farm. This robotic milking was going on, and I went, I've got to see this. What the fuck is this, right? And it was this machine where the cows queue up to get milked by a fucking robot.
Oh, but they love that.
And there's 2 of them, and sometimes a cheeky cow will go out one and try and get in the other, but they have a little collar that gives them a tiny, tiny little shock if they've been in the last 3 hours, and it goes, get the fuck out of there. And they love it. They get their little udders brushed before it goes, and then some lasers figure out where their udders are, and it sucks the milk out of them.
It sucks the milk out of them.
And then we were walking past the lambs, all the lambs and the sheep, and this guy was like just elbow deep into this lamb, and I was like, "Do you want to be alone?" And then like there was this whole class gathering, and I just, "Oh, look, everybody's, he's lambing or whatever the fuck they call it." And,
lambing. That is the correct term.
Right,
For,
and he's
sheep giving
tugging
birth.
away, and I'm like, "Why can't he just pull it out?" And he says, "Well, it's
Are
difficult."
you sure he was helping a lamb be born here?
Yeah,
Chinny?
yeah.
It sounds
So,
slightly different.
So what happened is usually when a lamb is born, it goes out head first, it dives out, but the lamb was back legs first.
Oh, breech birth.
And then the other twist in the tale was
there's a twist.
Twins. There's two in there.
Wow, it's two of them.
Oh snap!
So he pulled out the lamb, and it looked limp, which I suppose they usually do. So, and he was like he shook it around because apparently that's good to get the fluid out of their throat. So he just fucking ragged it around like this, and he was like proper like he wasn't delicate with it. He was like fucking get up. And unfortunately, the first one didn't make it. It's really sad. But the second one came out, and that lamb was fine, and the mother was licking. But he says like this happens all the time. I was like, oh, that's tragic. But
yeah,
I don't. You know what? My week has been so crazy. Yeah. And I like 20 hours before that, I was in Central Park walking around. Everything was great, and then the next minute, I'm seeing a fucking lamb being born.
Come out feet first.
When I got home, I didn't even think to tell Tara. I was like, "How was your day?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm tired." Bye. It was just.
I saw a lamb being born,
which is not something that you often see. And cows being sucked off by a robot.
By a robot. Who knew?
Anyway, that's my week.
There you go. That's your week. I have played one more game. One more game this week.
Good, because I've got to get through this.
I know. I've heard a lot about this game.
I know people were like, hey, Antonio did those really short shows. Well, fuck, that's over with.
Yeah, screw that shit.
Back to the 7-hour shows. You're welcome.
So this game has been getting a lot of praise. So I was like, it's on Game Pass. I'm going to play this game. And it's called Tunic.
Okay.
So that's the name of the game. And it's basically Zelda crossed with Dark Souls is probably the best description for this game, which I'm sure everybody else has said exactly the same thing about it. So
are you wearing a tunic?
I don't even know where the term tunic comes from, to be fair. You possibly are, I suppose, but you're a fox. So you're a little itty bitty fox in a isometric 3D world, and it's very cute, and it looks very cute.
It looks very cute.
It looks very cute. It plays brilliantly well. It's very.
I'm sure this was on like not E3. We don't have E3 anymore, do we? We have like showcases now. But I'm sure it was on like a Microsoft showcase, or
it may well have been.
It was like a big what was that? That looked cool, like a kind of Zelda-like.
It is super Zelda-like. No, it couldn't be more Zelda-like.
I'm sure I've seen that. I've seen this like. At some sort of show. I've definitely seen this, yeah.
So it's got all this weird writing. You find pieces. What's quite funny is you have to kind of... there's no real tutorial at the beginning. You just have to work out for yourself pretty much what to do.
Oh, the fox is wearing a fucking green outfit, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
for fuck's sake.
So
there we go. There we got an episode name.
So you get a twig. So the first weapon you receive is a twig. As you can see, he's got a twig. And... yeah, once you get a twig, you can hit stuff.
Well, does the twig break?
No, nothing breaks. You'll be glad to know. Everything stays as is. The earlier enemies aren't too difficult. They aren't too difficult, but it's challenging enough. It's challenging enough, so you soon get killed. But it doesn't take long for you to start leveling stuff up. But getting the sword, so you do get a sword eventually. It doesn't take that long to get the sword. But boy, oh boy, once you've got the sword, you have to fight your first boss. And that did take me 4 tries, I want to say. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But I learned how, there's like a flash before the attack. You learn what their attack's going to be. you roll the fuck out of the way. So you do get out of the way.
Out of
But
the
it
way.
looks lovely. It's really, really cool music. And like I say, it plays really well. It's very Zelda-like. There's certain areas you can't get to till you get a sword. Because you can start chopping down what are bushes, I guess, but they're just like square
Dangerous
blocks.
to go alone. Take this.
But yes, you've got to get used to the fact that this is I didn't even know there was a secret passageway there, by the way.
Oh, great.
I know I missed the secret passageway, so it's very, very cool. I can wholeheartedly recommend this. I thought I'll give it a quick go. So I played something else other than Mass Effect for the show, something else to talk about. And I probably played it for about 3 hours, 2-3 hours. I played it for way, way longer than I was expecting.
Yeah.
So totally recommend it. Tunic. It's on Game Pass. It's well worth a download. If you like Zelda, there is no reason you won't like this, because that is exactly what this game is, really.
Oh, Stu, I found a meme that sums you up. I'll get the meme.
Okay.
On the screen.
The meme on the screen.
When I work out how to do that. So we'll do that.
But it's very polished.
It
very,
looks
very polished.
It looks
it's super polished.
Very, very, very polished.
But by the way, when you go, the shrine, that's like a save point. But like Dark Souls, as soon as you save, everything respawns. So everything you've just killed comes back again.
Are you still playing Elden Ring, by the way?
I haven't got back to that yet, to be fair, because I was finishing up Mass Effect 2. I have played a little bit more of it. I did play some more of it, but I'm making slow progress. But I'm on probably about level 14, level 13 in Elden Ring as a player. And you've got to fight the first boss. They reckon you should be level 25 to 30.
Grief. How many levels?
So I've got a lot of grinding to do before I try and face off with the first boss. By the look of things. So yeah, I'm slowly grinding, but it is a grind. It is a grind. Yeah. So, but I need to sort of dedicate some time to it. But now Mass Effect 3's on the go, and I've got to beat Chinny to the end of that one as well. So yeah, I ain't got time for that.
You know what's most important.
Exactly. Got to prioritize. And that's it for me this week. That's pretty much everything I've played. Duke, anything else from you?
Nope.
Very good. Well, in that case, have we got any news? I can't even remember. Let me have a look. Did I save any news this week?
Putting news first.
Did I save any? The short answer to that is probably no. Probably no. I don't think I did. The only thing that came is that someone, and I know this happens in every game that comes out on PC, but somebody has modded Elden Ring with a Thomas the Tank engine. So the Thomas the Tank
stuff
is in Elden Ring. It's got to be done.
This is good work.
It is good work. It is good work.
Lord's work here, people.
And Sifu. Have you heard of Sifu? This weird kung fu game thing.
Is this the one where you get older as you play it? Isn't that the one?
Yeah, no, apparently it's fucking rock.
That's every game.
Rock hard.
Well done.
What are you going to get younger when you play it?
Someone's done mods. Someone's done mods for the Matrix, so you get all the Matrix characters in Sifu. Trying to think, is anything else?
Mods isn't news.
Mods isn't news, but they have Steam on the Steam Deck has added Windows now, so you can load Windows on your Steam Deck if that's what you'd like to do.
Again, isn't news. So the
nobody cares about Steam Deck.
I do. I've got one pre-ordered. I'm waiting.
Christ.
What are you saying?
Have you heard of that new game called The Quarry?
Yes, I have. It looks very, very cool.
That looks good.
So that's by the same people who did Until Dawn. And
well, that's I feel like they're going back to that because that worked.
Yeah.
And they're like, that worked. Let's do that again.
Well, the other ones have done all right. I think. I don't think they've done too bad.
Name them.
Man of Medan.
Yeah. Well, no one's talking about that shit.
But yeah, they've done all right.
Mario Kart 8 is getting a download pack.
Oh snap!
And Guardians of the Galaxy came to Game Pass. Did you see this?
Yeah, I saw that. It's a big
apparently that game is very, 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 very good.
Yeah.
So Game Pass streaming is coming to the Steam Deck. Sorry.
Yes, that was the other big one. Yeah, Game Pass streaming.
It says hardly down in the chat. Even
I've got
Stockport has
my
a castle, says Susan. This is all news.
There you go. It's all news. By the way, the game devs on Tunic said it wouldn't be on Game Pass. Well, it is. So
Well, it is. So fuck you and fuck you
obviously
too.
money talks and bullshit
Yeah, it
walks.
does.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No money talks. Yeah. By the way, I have got a date for my Steam Deck.
You're going on a date?
Oh,
No,
that's
they
nice.
give you a when's it coming.
It's going to be awkward
date.
in the restaurant,
gotcha.
but you know,
When's
whatever
it coming?
takes.
Yeah,
When's my
weird.
Steam Deck
Can't
coming?
judge
I don't know
these
how
days.
Dave feels about that.
Q3 apparently. So that's what I'm getting mine. I'm in
Q3.
Q3. Whenever that is, July onwards.
You wouldn't be happy with that if I said, Stu, I'm going to come round your house on Q3.
Q3. Q2, 3 would be fine.
Yeah, but you still wouldn't know a day.
Q3.
It could be any
Yeah,
day.
I wouldn't know a day. I wouldn't know
Bam!
a day.
In the morning.
Just
in
turned
the
up.
morning.
Yeah, 2:45 in the morning. What is that noise? Chinny, what are you doing? I'm here. So there you go. That's it. There is no other news, I don't
Excellent.
think, really.
Duke, are you still
No.
dying?
Yeah, I'm still dying.
It's still dying.
Sorry.
I mean, we're all dying.
It's dying. It's dying.
We're just
Well,
dying quicker.
anyway, I've got some exciting news for everybody. Exciting
Uh-oh.
coming
I
on.
thought you said we were done with the news.
Yeah, well, that news, but this is other news. Nothing to do with the
Go ahead.
news. It's not news,
that?
but it is news. We've got something coming up in the next few minutes, and I'm going to fucking everyone's going to be excited.
Is it
Was the
the
sent-
answer to the final Game Buster trivia puzzle?
No, but I have got a
Oh.
clue. Is it landlord something or something?
Nope.
No.
What was the final
Don't.
clue, Duke? What's that?
The final
Barkeep.
clue is
Barkeep.
barkeep. Serve large drinks for both of us.
Barkeep. I can't think of another word for a barkeep apart from a landlord or a bartender. I guess it's not that. Don't know.
Bartender.
I'll tell you at the end of the show. Don't worry. I gotta.
Well,
keep
I've only
people
got one to
listening.
tell us now because we got the other two.
What was it? What was
Right.
Barkeep what? Hold on. I keep forgetting.
Serve large drinks for both of us.
Serve large drinks.
For both of us.
Jugs. Jugs. They're large drinks. Jugs. Jugs of war.
No, nothing to do with drugs.
Jugs
All right,
of
Stu.
war.
What did you say? You had something to tell us?
We're exciting news.
Yes,
Jay has sent the quiz, which has been sent to Duke,
Oh,
and we
shit.
have a brand new
Hey!
Oh, my
proper
God.
quiz here.
yesteryear.
Oh my goodness! How about
Holy
that quiz of
shit,
yesteryear,
holy.
around 30
Wow.
something? Holy
I know.
crap! Thank you, Jay. That's so nice of you.
It's hard to believe.
I listened to
that.
the latest episode today on the way to work. It's actually pretty good.
It's a very good
It's a good show. Thank
very
you.
good
I'm
Yes.
taking it all back, right? It isn't a pile of shit like I thought at the beginning.
Oh wait, I need to play this because I forgot. Oh whoops! Oh crap! I just reloaded my email. Ah crap!
Duke, you've got to make it clear
Sorry.
when you start playing it because it's our
I know.
voices.
Well, that's why I
Yeah,
wanted to play
Duke.
this.
It's time for the quiz. It's time for the
Holy
quiz.
shit.
We play the shitty sound clip when it's time for the quiz.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
You thought we haven't done
I
one of these
listened
for
to
a
the
while.
latest episode today on the way
I'm
to
starting it now.
work.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good.
It's a very good
It's a good show. Thank you.
very good.
I'm
Yes.
taking it all back, right? It isn't a pile of shit like I thought at the beginning. Right?
Indeed.
I'm so sorry.
You're talking to Jay here, who has listened to every show we've done.
Not really.
Welcome to the Veteran Gamers Quiz of Yesteryear.
Now, just to be clear, so I've interrupted the recording. How long has it been? It's been over a year, hasn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, it's about 2 years or something. It feels
It's
like
been a
it's
while.
a long
Jay
time.
used to do a lot of these, and it's been a minute.
It was
and we
shortly
really
before
appreciate
lockdown.
him doing it again. So, yeah, here we go. I'm playing the recording again now.
Round 30 something.
It's motherfucking quiz time.
Hello and welcome to episode 479 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 479, and we've arrived just in the perfect arrival moment.
Let me take you back to the beginning. And by beginning, I mean my beginning. March 2019. The first ever episode I listened to.
I think I speak for all of us when I say, get the fuck off our territory and get your own. Do something else, fuckers.
A time when...
Oh no,
Just stop playing.
Duke's broke.
Well,
it.
thanks, Jay. That was
What's
great.
going on?
Yeah, thanks, Jay. It
Jesus.
was a great quiz.
All right, let me try playing it a different way. Holy
Oh my
crap.
god.
I know, right? Good grief.
Amateur hour here. What the fuck is going on?
Apparently.
Well, amateur hour would be that we leave
All
this
right, here
in
we
the
go. I'm
final
gonna
edit,
fast forward
Stu.
it to 105.
Yeah, it probably will be, to be fair.
All right, you ready?
Yeah,
Tell
we're
me if
ready.
you can
What do you
hear
mean, are
this.
we ready?
Did you hear Chinny say that?
No.
You didn't hear that?
No.
No, didn't hear a thing.
You didn't hear that?
Oh,
crap.
yeah, we
All right,
definitely
I'll
didn't
open
hear
it in
that.
Chrome then. Hang on. Everybody calm down.
Everybody just calm
Everybody
down.
just fucking hold on to your shit. I listen to the
Everybody
latest.
stop.
Okay, I got to fast forward it to 105.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
He is tasked
Yep.
to compile a list of Stu's qualities.
I can't. I'm struggling to think of one, to be honest.
Duke becomes the new diva.
I want a fucking car right fucking now.
And
Why did I say that?
Who
Stu
knows?
and Kay get adventurous in the bedroom.
And the doctor said the only way I'm going to get that out is with a really long pair of tweezers.
Question 1.
I'll go with you, Chinny, because I really liked it.
But if
It's
people
a-
wanted to
No
go
one
with
I
you,
like will go with.
but if people wanted to go with you somewhere else, Chinny, where's the next opportunity for people to go with you somewhere?
That's a good question.
Hey.
Where can fans of the show meet Chinny and Stu? Beep.
I assume an arcade club.
It was the arcade. It was Rezzed, wasn't it?
No, it was Red. Was it Red?
Because that was
We
March.
didn't go to
that was
Rezzed.
yeah, because that's where I found Snooker 19.
Yeah, we went to Res by mistake because we got free tickets for
Yeah,
it. It was like,
Rezzed because it was
go to
yeah,
Res.
it was Rezzed, and it was only me and you there. And it was quite nice
That's right.
because usually we have to like speak to the filth or the
the
fans,
norms,
as you call them.
to the norms as we
But
like
we
to
had
call
just
them.
us two.
Yeah, there was.
So
And an
yeah.
incredibly tall man. Do you remember the incredibly tall man who was about 7 foot tall?
No, I don't remember.
You don't
That was
remember
me,
him,
Stu.
he was
That was
huge.
me.
No, there was a guy
I
that was like,
standing
made
next to
you
him.
look small. He
No, I
made
don't
you
remember
look
that.
small.
No.
He was huge.
But
Okay,
I think
well, let's
that's
find out if
Rezzed.
you are
Yeah, I
correct.
think that was Rezzed.
And the answer is...
Hey,
You know what? I'm going to the arcade club in Bury.
I told you. You
You
were
were
wrong,
right.
wrong.
Duke was right. You got it right. We'll go with Duke.
I got it right for once. How about
was
that?
never invited. Question 2. What the fuck is Chinny and Stu talking about?
I don't remember anything.
That's so
not
funny.
just about the end credits or the
I
game,
remember,
but
like, I
anything.
won't spoil for people that haven't finished it. I won't spoil it, but I remember like what I remember the kind of last thing you do in the game with the sun, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh, I know.
I remember the reveal.
Yes.
I remember.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I'm going to assume it's God of War.
It is.
I was going to say God of War. Yeah, I was going to
it's
say
true, 'cause I
God
don't
of War.
remember anything about that game.
And then did you do the epilogue? Of course. I bet you didn't, did you? I bet you didn't do the epilogue.
I must have done.
There's a thing you've got to do after you think you've finished and you've not really finished, so there's another like little ending.
I must have done it. I must have done it because I carried on playing it for a bit and then went, fuck this.
Yeah, but you've got to go to a specific location to do the last little bit, and then it really finishes. So you then have to wait for all the proper credits. Do you remember sitting through proper credits?
Welcome to the Let's Ask Chinny What He Remembers podcast.
Let's
No, I don't
Chinny,
remember.
do you remember being born?
Beep.
God of War, isn't it? It's got.
Good God, did it?
And the answer is...
Right, I have finished a game this week.
Oh
Finally.
my god!
Finally finished a game this week.
Yeah.
And that game would be God of War. Finally.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
Question 3.
The student was like, yeah, I'm playing on the. I asked him, you playing on the. And he mentioned video games. I said, you play on a console or a PC? And he goes, console. Nobody plays on PC. And I was like, I have a PC. He's like, why would you spend all that money for a PC? And I was like, well, you know, I wanted access to a lot of the indie games. There's a lot of really cool indie games that are available on the PC.
That you never play.
Well, sometimes I play some of them. I play Stardew Valley, so shut up. Anyway, and then the student goes, well, how much was it? And I was like, well, you know, I mean, I also wanted to be able to play the latest releases, so, you know, probably about $1,500.
What was the student's reaction? Multiple choice. Is it A? What indie games are you playing that you needed to get a $1,500 PC? B? So you like burning money then? Or C? I just lost respect for you, Mr. P. Beep.
I know what it is.
I'm gonna go with. I don't know whether he'd say it's either A or C. So it's
I
either.
think it's A.
I think it's A. I mean, what indie games are you playing that cost $1,500?
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
pretty
going with
sure
that.
it's C.
Oh, you're pretty sure he's I've
Let's
lost
find
respect
out.
for you.
And the answer is.
And he was like, "What indie games are you playing?" that
Oh
you
snap! I can't remember my own students.
Yeah, I
Whoops.
thought that. I
get a
thought that.
$1,500 PC?"
PC Master Race. Question 4. Who the fuck sent this email?
Duke,
Yeah.
on last week's show, you explained to Stu that the reason you keep trying these Minecraft lookalikes is that you are hoping to find a game that has a perfect blend of base building
Yes.
and quests,
Yes.
stroke story.
Yes.
A game where you can go and do a mission or a quest and come back to your home in the game and build.
Yes.
I just wanted to say that that sounds like a wonderful game, and someday I hope that you find it.
Yes.
Stuart, are you thinking about trying out Subnautica Below Zero? It's a sequel to the game Subnautica. If
I
you
knew he was
remember
going to talk about Subnautica. How did I know that?
Was that game that has the perfect blend of base building and quest stroke story. The game where you can go and do a mission or a quest, then you come back to your home in the game and
I'm not gonna
build.
play it. You can't.
Anyway, I was
Excuse
just
me.
curious
Excuse
if
me.
you
I'm
were
sorry. I
looking-
hate to interrupt
Wow,
here.
wow,
I can't believe I forgot to mention this last week. I just out of nowhere, I just feel the need to amend something I said earlier. The game needs to be above the water. I don't want it to be underwater. Okay.
Beep.
Oh, I do
Derek,
remember
is it?
because who keeps harassing you to play?
It was the person who bought it for me. I think.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember who that was. I should know because I remember the
It's really bad because I remember when fans buy me games. So
multiple. They didn't buy me,
Oh,
so it's
I'm
up to me
terrible
to
with
remember.
that.
To be fair,
I should have written it down. Maybe it was Tainted Brain.
it could have been.
Let's
you
find
know.
out.
It could have been.
And the answer is.
Duke's South Dakota neighbor.
Oh, it is.
yeah.
Question 5.
What? Wait, who's the South Dakotan neighbor? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Mr. South Dakota, thank you.
South
Sorry I
Dakota
didn't play it.
neighbor
God, that's gotta be so obnoxious to hear that. Like, I bought you this game, you can't even bother
game.
to play it.
You don't even
fuck.
bother to play it. Don't even remember who
Oh,
I
so
am.
The
disrespectful.
fuck is Chinny talking about?
The physics seem to be a little bit more wilder. The characters seem to ragdoll. You can't do any of that. The world doesn't feel very interesting to run around, and it's kind of stripped away all the kind of like the randomness of the physics.
You know what I
It left
noticed? Just I'm sorry to interrupt, but just looking at the difference between the first and the third one here on this side-by-side video, you've got the guy's ass is a lot more pronounced. I'm definitely interested in his ass.
It is Terry Crews's ass.
Nice
right?
looking ass.
Oh, I know what he's talking about.
yeah, I know.
I think that line just gave it away.
Yeah, I think I got it before Terry Crews, but yeah, I think we
Stu?
definitely got it.
I don't know. Go on. Who is it? What is
Crackdown.
it? Oh, of course.
And we, as one thing, there's many things we know we love about Terry Crews. You know how
his
much
ass,
he
for
speaks
instance.
out about you know, sexual harassment,
Yeah.
how great of an actor he is,
Oh, yeah,
how
he's
good
funny.
of a dad he is,
Yeah.
but also how fucking fine his ass is
Oh, yeah.
is also a factor.
Beep.
Crackdown.
And the answer is. Crackdown 3. Question 6.
Which
That sounds fun.
well,
is this
it's
why I picked the games with the weirdest named demos?
no. I went looking through the demos and I picked the games that look like they could be the best ones.
What the fuck demo is Duke playing that he picked out the air that you'll never guess in a million fucking years?
This game is a what do we call it? It's like a side-scrolling action beat 'em up for kids.
Okay.
It's kind of a piece of shit.
It actually looks quite funny. I'm looking at
The
it.
design is good. Like the graphics are solid, and the gameplay actually starts out not too bad. You have to beat people up. You have to, you know, you're supposed to use a controller, so you X to beat them up, and then you use the left stick to go toward them, and then that does like a flinging move where you throw the person around. But That's all the game is. Over and 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 over.
Look, if you've not got it by now, you're never going to get it, okay? The answer is Amsterdam, okay? Amsterdam, that really famous fucking game that no one's ever fucking heard of. Duke, will you please stop playing shit demos?
So I played another demo.
Never. Did I tell you about Post-Apo Builder that I played this week? The demo for that?
It's called Amsterdam.
Question 7. What the fuck is Duke talking about? That's a game that people have actually fucking heard of.
The story in Undertale, there's a flower and it's your friend, but it's also this goat that's your mom or something. And then it's like, oh, you did all the wrong stuff. The end. Like, oh, what a fun story that was.
It doesn't matter whether it's a goat or a person. It's about the actual feeling.
I'm racist.
Yeah, fucking hell. What difference does it make whether it's a goat or a person?
The point is, I couldn't tell what was going on in the game. And then there was these skeletons making these jokes that were right out of a 3rd grade book.
Oh, that was well funny, the skeleton.
Why did this bike fall down? It was too tired.
That's his charm.
Well, you can call it charm. I call it annoying 7-year-old jokes.
Bitter and twisted, Duke. That's you.
Level with us. The Duchess has.
Oh, I see what she did there.
You know, beatbox a little bit for Omar. Uh-oh, she's coming back, people. Hang on.
Yeah, come on, let's have it.
Quiz
Let's have
will
it. We've not had a
continue in a
beatbox
second.
for a while.
Oh,
Here we go.
She's just playing with us.
Oh, is she too shy? Is she gone shy?
I don't know what she's doing. She's being a weirdo. That's 90% of what the Duchess does.
Yeah, she does.
She's loitering.
I'm just letting it go. Sorry, Omar. I tried.
Bitter. Yeah.
Beep.
Playing the recording. I think I said it there, didn't I?
What?
What that game was we were talking about?
I don't know. Did you? What was it?
Undertale?
I don't remember. Yeah.
Was it Undertale? Oh, yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, the 2 skeletons.
And the answer is Undertale.
I don't know why you didn't like that game.
And finally.
You know what? Here's the thing. Look, my students will not shut up about that game.
So
I need
good,
to give
that's
it
why.
another try, I guess, because, it's obviously got a place in the pantheon of video games now, but I didn't.
I still don't think you'd like it. Whatever happened.
I don't think I will either, but I want to be more fair to it because I don't think I was very fair with it.
You're never fair to
What
games.
is Chinny talking about again?
And then spoilers, your son's dead, you find out at the start of the game. And
I was going to play it, I'm not going to bother.
I won't tell you how he died, but you know he died. And he's dead.
That's fine then.
So your son's dead. It's pretty clear that your son's dead. And you actually, it turns out like you used to sort of, no, you made a promise to your son that you would find a lot of these stones across the world. So it's basically
I thought it was gonna be heavy rain, but it's obviously not.
basically a collectible, right? You just have to find these stones. But when you find them, you have to match them up to a constellation in the sky. So what I'm getting at is it's another collectible, but they've fleshed it out a lot more, and they've given it a cutscene and a story, and so it feels like it's a little bit more worthy of like, hey, this is cool. This seems a bit different. Again. The other thing I like about it is that no matter where you finish in your mission, right? You do a mission, you press back to go on the map, or on the PlayStation, you press the big fat button at the top, and you look at the map, and there's always something to do right next to you. That's
We've got about a minute left in this quiz, by the way.
the cool thing about this is because it's so massive.
It's funny to hear me talk about this game now because I've just started that game. So I sound really positive, but if I was to retell that thing about, all these side quests and all these collectibles have got a story which makes them so fucking annoying. That game is Assassin's Creed Origins.
Okay.
Do you know, I wonder what you was talking about, because I'm like, I can't imagine Chinny's ever played a game where he has to collect stones and match them to a constellation in the sky.
Remember, because Assassin's Creed Odyssey was the one that I gave up on. That was the one where I was like, I cannot play Assassin's Creed games anymore.
Any longer. Wow.
So, I think that one's Origins, yeah.
Well, let's find out.
The answer is Assassin's Creed Origins. And that's it for episode 30-something of the Veteran Gamers Quiz of Yesteryear. I figured since Derek's fucked off, you're gonna have to get your quiz fixed from somewhere. Pick another number and I'll have it prepared for 2024. Right, I'm off to think about the podcast I'm not going to record for another 3 or 4 weeks. Till next time, bye.
And the doctor said, the only way I'm going to get that out is with a really long pair of tweezers.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Jay. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, he came out eventually.
Straight out, did it?
Yeah, he did. Bit of lube.
We need a number. We need a number, folks.
Yeah, for the 2024 one. What number are we going to give him? I don't know. 333. We probably had that.
23.
Are you sure we've not had one of those? We probably had one of those. But go 23. Yeah.
That's old.
It's very old.
It's old. Very old.
Very old.
Yeah.
But if we get around to doing another one, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you, Jay. That was so cool and
thanks,
kind
Jay.
of you to take the time to do another quiz of yesterday, because we do love doing those. They're such good fun. So thank you very much. And we do miss Derek, by the way. Do miss Derek.
Well, of course. Hopefully he's still listening.
Yeah, I hope he's still
Do we have
listening.
any other emails?
Derek, we miss you. No, that was it. That was it, I think.
No speak pipes?
No. By the way, can I just say,
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
I have looked, and it literally is just Duke's South Dakotan neighbor. There's no name to any of these emails.
Once upon a time, he did say his name in one of those emails, but whatever.
I've checked all of the ones I've got, and it's not there.
Whatever.
It isn't there, man. So he might have used his
whoever
normal
you are,
name
thank
on
you.
one
I love you. I appreciate it. I just don't remember your name. Sorry.
So yeah, he may have used his name
Just
on one of
listening
the
to the
emails.
show now, going,
I'm so upset now.
I spent my last money on Subnautica.
I'm so upset because Duke don't remember who I am.
Yeah.
I could have eaten or given Duke Subnautica.
I gave it to Duke.
Well, that's definitely not a good idea.
He's
a game instead
his
of
homeless sign.
I doubt he talks like that, by the way, because he comes from America. But who knows?
His sign on his homeless board is,
Yeah.
I had all my money, but then I gave it to Duke for Subnautica.
I bought Duke Subnautica, and then he never even bothered to play it, and now I'm homeless and hungry. That's it.
JP Snake in the chat says, great episode, guys. First one I've watched since you guys got webcams. I'm sorry about that, Jay.
Yeah, we're sorry you have to see our ugly faces.
Hope you feel better soon, Duke. Also, your New York trip was glad your New York trip was great. Keep up the great show. Chinny's
so
the
kind.
best. Chinny.
He doesn't say that because he knows it's not true. He can't. He's not a liar.
Thanks,
I don't think he lies.
Thanks, Jakey.
But yeah, thank you though. That is very cool. Right, it is time for some shout outs. So we will come to the holiday boy, Chinny, first. Let's have Chinny's shout outs.
Shout out to the random woman that said to Tara, "You ain't no chump," because she fell over and got back up because she was jumping over some cones. Tara was.
Oh, was this in America?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tara's jumping over some cones. The NYPD walked past. They didn't do anything. They didn't care. And then she fell over on like a sewage thing and got back up. And then this woman, that's what I like about your woman. She ain't no chump. And then walked off. I found
good.
I found a meme that sums you up, Stu. So I want you to react to this, and then I'll explain it to the audio listeners. Are you ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
On the screen now.
Yeah, I'll go on Zoom. And
what I'll say is, it's the meme where the woman is helping one child while another child is drowning in a pool.
Yeah.
And the new child says "new game," and the kid drowning in the pool is "unfinished game." There's many of them. That's you.
That's me. That is me. Lots of. I've not been too bad this year, to be fair. I've been pretty good so far. I've finished most of the stuff I've started, kind of.
The kid's not actually drowning, by the way. She's just
no. It's just yeah.
You know, the adult is not paying attention to one child. That's what Stu does to the game.
I think this was more like me last year. I think this year I'm doing all right.
How's that Elden Ring going?
Oh yeah, well that's not a game that you finish anytime soon, is it? Let's be honest.
You know, what else have you started this year? What else have you started?
I've got to grind for 20 hours just to frigging, face the first boss.
What else have you started this year?
Mass Effect 1. Oh yeah, I finished that. Mass Effect 2. Oh, I finished that.
What else?
I don't know. I don't know. Other stuff.
You got to finish up that Tunic, do you reckon?
Yes, I like that Tunic. I like it. It's good.
You like a lot of games. That doesn't mean you finish them.
I'm going to finish Tunic until it gets too hard.
I'll believe it when I see it.
It's probably going to get too hard for me to finish. So, I will see what happens. I'll definitely finish some other stuff this year. I'm sure I have. I can't remember
what about
I can't remember what else I've played. I have to have a look.
Synth Riders.
Oh, you're looking through old notes, aren't you?
Yeah.
Synth Riders, you don't finish that. It's a rhythm action rhythm game.
What about
thingy? Resident Evil 4, finish that. In VR, was that last year?
That was last year, so it was your game.
Last year.
What about Hitman 3?
Yeah, but I only gave that a go just to see if I'd like it.
You only gave
I only gave it a go, man. I only gave it that a go.
Unpacking, did you finish that?
No, I don't. I've gone off unpacking. I've tried to. I haven't tried.
Theme here, Stu.
I got a bit bored.
Yeah.
Got a bit bored.
Here we fucking go.
Lawn mowing simulator. I've not finished that because you can't.
Yeah, we get it. You don't finish games.
You don't finish stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, any shout outs, Chinny? You got any shout outs?
Anyone
What
shout
about
outs?
Chinatown Detective Agency?
And that was a
Moving
demo,
on.
and I finished that. I finished the demo.
Ultra
that
Rings
counts.
2.
What? Oh yeah, no, I'm still playing that. You don't
There
really
we
finish
go.
that
Shout
stuff.
out
Still
Part
playing it.
to New York. What a city, what a place.
New York.
Frank Sinatra, Alicia Keys, Jay-Z, Taylor Swift, all the people that have sang about New York. I don't know, really. That was it. Just New York. I love New York, and Antonio for filling in last week. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 2 weeks, filled in for 2
And
weeks. so thank
his
you.
lovely lady came on.
She was good,
Yeah,
Jess. We'd have her on.
So
She's great.
just
Yeah,
bring
thanks,
Jess
Jess.
back on.
Yeah, bring Jess. Fuck Antonio. We like Jess.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
there we are. Shout out to
there
them.
we go. Shout out to them. So,
Yeah.
so I'm going to shout out Jay, of course, for taking time out of his busy schedule to prepare a quiz. Very impressive. Really impressed with that. Really good. Shout out to Derek if you are listening. Hope you're well and hope everything's going fine with you.
Derek.
And a shout out to Duke because he's not very well tonight. So hopefully he'll feel better soon. There you go.
Yeah.
See, I have got a heart sometimes.
I appreciate that.
That's okay. Duke, over to you.
Yeah, I'll shout out Antonio for filling in. I'll shout out Jay for doing the awesome quiz. I'll shout out my South Dakotan neighbor for giving me that game, I think, maybe. I will shout out Antonio and DogThrottler for playing Rocket League with me. I will shout out Amar for texting me some weird things all the time. And I think that's it. So thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
And everybody who guessed on the the Game Busters, the final one. You ready?
Okay.
We go right to the theme song, the outro. Barkeep, serve large drinks for both of us is the clue. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. It's pour, tall, 2. I'm sorry. Jenny's just leaving. She's done. I don't blame him. That's it.
Is that it? We done?
We're done.
Excellent.
Thanks, everybody.
We never got Portal 2 from that.
Well, it's a stupid puzzle.
Yeah, the other ones, we got, but that Portal 2. That's a
2,
fucking stretch, dude.
Very clever. It's a total stretch. That's the kind of thing that Carl Pilkington always does. It is so.
It was
expect more
a
like that in the future.
stretch. Honestly,
All right, I'm gonna go. I don't know, lie down, something.
Yeah, go lie down. You know, sing my
Have a good
minimal
week,
tech
everybody.
mix
Dude,
on.
what
There
was
you
it?
go. That'll make you
Barkeep
feel
what?
better.
Barkeep.
Barkeep, pour. Wait, no. Serve. Wait a minute.
2 large drinks or something like that. It was.
Yeah, serve large drinks for both of us. I didn't want to say pour or tall or 2. So serve large drinks for both of us.
Barkeep. Where does the barkeep come in?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It's just that's the person you're addressing. I should have left the barkeep out.
Yeah, you should have done.
To assume that means something.
Serve.
Serve large drinks to both of us.
See, if you'd just done that, we'd have still not got it.
Yeah.
Still wouldn't have got it.
Wow.
Wet knee Houston. Another time, Carl said, the letter was M, name of the singer or the artist or the band. And it was Venice. It's all water, isn't it? What kind of water is it? And the answer was, well, less of it is land. So what kind of water is seawater, isn't it? So more is sea.
Oh, Morrissey.
Jesus
Morrissey.
Christ.
He's so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, yours were as bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know, right?
The last one,
No,
especially.
Just wait. Once I run out of like actual good ones I can make, then it'll start getting real.
You want to
desperate.
pick obscure games. That's where you get into it.
Well, see, that's the thing. I figure that the stupid puzzles plus obscure games mean not only will you not get it, but you won't even be bothered trying to get it. So
No, we
I thought I'd
won't.
make it kind of somewhat gettable, achievable.
Gettable. I like that.
Yeah.
Gettable.
Yeah. All right, I'm out. Have a good week,
Ciao.
y'all.
Okie doke.
Have a good
Talk to
week.
you later. Hopefully, see you on Wednesday.
later.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Oh, yeah, I'll see you on Wednesday. There we go.
As the show goes on, Stu, you sink down. Have you noticed? In the
I know, I am. I've sort of, I've got
you just
comfier.
go like
Get
this.
comfier.
You go.
I know, get comfier as I go along. So I'm like, oh, yeah.
I got Star Wars
Slouch.
pants
Slouch.
on, like trousers.
Oh, I thought you was going to say like Star Wars underpants.
No, like
I thought you meant
pants.
that when you said Star Wars pants.
I don't even like Star Wars.
No, I don't blame you. Any ideas for the show name to that?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
go
at
on
the
then.
top.
Oh, oh, I see. Oh, yeah, it's good. Like that. I won't say it. Oh, yeah, Star Wars pants, lounge pants,
Like lounge pajama things. Yeah.
lounge pajama pants. I like that.
The mother-in-law got me them. I think she just sort of went, Mike's a nerd. Star Wars
He is.
nerdy.
Nerd.
He'll probably like that.
We're all nerds. I like being a nerd.
But I don't
am
really
a
like
nerd.
Star Wars, really. I'm not that into it.
It doesn't matter. They look quite cool. They look good. They look fine. I'm going to sit up straight now, so I'm not so slouchy. I've seen you told me off. I'm like, I better sit up, I suppose. So yeah, I think you'll like the music thing. By the way, I'd be interested to see what you do with it once you get your head around the stuff. Have you gone? What? What are you doing? You're such an idiot. Yeah, I think you'll like it. I'll be interested to see what you come up with.
Oh, yeah.
See if you can come up with some stuff. I think what makes it cool is that you have a huge, massive space to work in. You know, like you can just move stuff wherever the hell you want to put it.
Yeah.
So it just makes it really, and you can detach pretty much everything.
Mhm.
So everything detaches. So you can detach it and stick it somewhere, on you know. I think I'll be interested. I reckon someone with a bit of musical creativity, such as yourself, Chinny, it should be interesting. I'm going to have a go at making a house tune, obviously, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
So mine's going to be a lot of. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing. What sort of thing are you going to do, Chinny?
I don't know.
Are you going to go for? We'll see. See if you have the time. It's time-consuming shit like that. That's the trouble, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just going to feel the vibes.
Feel the vibes. I like that.
Feel the
I like that.
vibes. Come up with something. I might
No,
even
no.
record it. Who knows?
Riff it. You're gonna just riff it, man. But yeah, I would watch that dude I found, and he's done a couple of tutorials as well, which are probably quite good. I haven't looked at those yet. He seems to know his shit, obviously, because you can see when you listen
Simon
to
Godwin.
yeah, when you listen to some of the stuff he's done, is fucking really impressive stuff. Super, super impressive. Even he's done some original stuff as well. He hasn't just copied other stuff, but the Blue Monday thing. Just watch it. When you watch how he structures everything and does it, it gives you an idea of what you can do. You know, it's something that's quite complex like that. He does a really good job of it. And it's not edited together either, so he's doing it all in real time, so you
On
can
the fly.
more or less, see what he's doing. You know, not that it's easy because it looks well complicated, but yeah, it's very, very impressive. Right, I will leave you to it. Have a nice week.
Okay, okay.
And I will speak to you next Sunday.
Yeah.
Mate.
All right.
I will see you later.
See you in a bit. Bye, everybody. Bye.
See you in a